Testing 112. If you don't know what time it is,
Mischief
then by all means, it's the perfect time. It's the kind of time where you forget what time it is. And I love that kind of feeling. And you know what else I love? Mischief. I got my mischievous partner with me, Mandalay Panda El Mischievous LO is here tonight.
Is that Spanish?
So it was one of
Is
them
that your
languages.
attempt at Spanish?
It was my love language.
That was not good.
Gibberish is my love language. Just let it happen, okay?
Amanda I don't know what that
Amanda El Pandado. El Pandero? I don't know. However, we gonna let them know what's going on in about 4 minutes. It is midnight mischief time, and if you ain't shared a link yet, both your parents to sell gourmet baggie. I talking about gourmet. They put garlic and stuff inside the baggie. I talking about they put soy milk in the cream baggie. However you do it, but share the link. Let your friends know that it is about that time. And if they ain't put the kids to bed yet, send a little stinking behind the bed. I don't care if it's midterm. Send them to bed. This is your time to come and ask all the questions that you've been pondering about for the past 3 weeks. You dig? That third nipple you ain't sure about, we can tell you what to do with that. Please come and ask us the questions. Our uneducated opinions are qualified to help you in life. And you have 3 minutes to get it together. Do what you got to do. Leave your comments in the comment section. And while you at it, I can need y'all to go ahead and share the link. Eh? Share the link with your pastor. Share the link with your ex.
Maybe not your pastor.
Not your pastor?
Maybe not your pastor.
What about
your the rest?
What about your ex? What about your ex who know how to make pasta?
Definitely your ex. If they can make a good pasta, like a not over like boiled pasta, by all means, let them add that.
That's deep.
Share the link.
That's deep.
Pasta hard to make, babe. A lot of people can't make pasta, babe.
You know what else some people can't make?
Babies.
Some people come, and it's mischievous enough that we gotta talk about all of these things today. There's no chill. You have 2 minutes to hurry up and get it together. Grab your drink, your panty shields, whatever you need to get through the night. Get it. Get back to your computer, your phone, put your headphones in, and get ready for a very mischievous night. And if you're not from the 242, aka the Bahamas, drop your flag off in the chat. But you got 2 minutes, so here's where I get quiet for the next 60 seconds plus, and give you all a chance to hurry back. And if you want to be on the live, go ahead and let us know so we can send you the link. But definitely hit like, hit love, hit haha, hit wow, hit whatever you need to hit to let us know you're here. But you got 60 seconds to pull it together. Sort of like trying to pull your drawers back together on them sneaky link. But you know what? I'm here for it. I don't know how to feel.
I feel so guilty.
Wow. You know who else feel guilty?
Not me personally, but I just feel my past life, I feel very guilty.
You know who else feel guilty?
Tell me.
Gals that walk of shame on their best friend house. Ooh, that's my brother. Oh, really?
I cannot relate.
So much mischief. 60 seconds, people. Hit like. Share the link. It is about to go down. Amanda, if you ain't share the link yet, go share the link. Grab it on Facebook.
Now.
Push it wherever it need to be pushed. Shove it where it need to be shoved. The mischief has begun. Oh, I can hear it in my background and all. Oh, this is about to get crazy. We got 30 seconds, people.
Okay, I find it.
By all means, it's about that time. It's about that time. It's about that time. It's about that time. Oh, there she go. It's about that time. I hope you're ready for these vibes. That's all I can say. I hope you're ready for these vibes.
How do we get matching, babe?
I know, right? I got a little bit of black, you got a little bit of
There
gray.
you go.
I live with a brown, you live with a brown. That made no sense. But you know what else don't make no sense?
Absolutely not.
Guys who don't shave under their arm. Why? What's the reason for that?
There could actually be a lot of reasons for that. The same way y'all don't shave y'all face sometimes because of like razor bumps and stuff like that. Sometimes like we ain't got all those things too, so you know.
Okay, so let me go ahead and let's pause the music and we gotta let the people know we here, and with all said and done, let's go ahead and get all this first dose, eh? Come catch this dose. It's about to get weird.
I refuse to drink wine this week, considering considering last week. Shout out to Cohen. I don't know if Cohen is on yet, but
Y'all,
the wine last week had a different wine for me.
Oh, that's what it did?
It did. So I've readjusted my drink of choice this week.
It has begun. Let me go ahead and let's get it together. Let's cut the music real quick. And how you doing? First and foremost, you good?
I am absolutely amazing. If I'm being honest, like I can't even deny how amazing I'm feeling right now.
Shout out to Colin. Colin in the building nice and early. Why this man talking
And
about
early.
practice? If they wearing drawers, my goodness, is she busty? That's the only reason. Bahamas waist. Y'all ain't got no chill tonight, Joe. None.
Now, Colin, you behave yourself tonight, dog.
I swear, this is one of them nights. So, ladies and gents, if you're sliding inside you right now on the Let's Get Inside You, because I see the person going live tip, you are in the middle of Midnight Mischief. Midnight Mischief. Let me get it off the screen so you can see it clearly. Midnight Mischief is hosted by yours truly, Epic for Reals, and the mischievous one, Manda Lay Panda. I'm calling her Lay Panda for the next 60 hours. Just so that she can understand. I don't know if it fits. I don't know. But for the next 2.5 days, I'm calling you Lay Panda.
Manda the Panda. I like it.
True story. Something. I don't know. It fell out of my face a minute ago, and I'm staying with it.
Out of your face?
It fell out of my face a minute ago. This is a show where you get to come and share your uneducated opinions, your nasty thoughts, your crazy ideas, things that you need answers to from a male and a female perspective at the same time. Here's where you show up and get those questions answered. And if you feel there's something that you want to speak on, here's where you go ahead and jump on and spend your night proper. Or maybe you just need to be tucked in. You can do that here too.
This is the epitome of a safe space.
Is it?
I mean, this is a safe space. This is a safe space where you can share your thoughts without being judged, like 100% judged. We can judge y'all like a little bit. You know what I mean?
Okay. So then let me ask you a question. Let's see if this is a safe space then. On average, how much pairs of panties women have in their drawers with holes in it?
On average?
On average.
There should be 0 pairs of panties in any
No. We
female
ain't
shop,
talking
because
about
as soon as
should.
get a
You
hole,
said should.
Okay. You have to define hole like by the butt part, or like hole by like the seam part, but where like you like pulling it up.
Just be fancy sometime and get them lace panties with easy to rip. And time now you can't see in the box. So when you put that on a couple of times, you think pulling it to the side is sexy? No. I can see the tree rips on the side where you decide that no, you used to the club trying to pull it to the side to pee in the parking lot because the bathroom wasn't up to par, but you think the parking lot was, and now you got rips in your drawers. Talk to me. This is the mischief hour. Nothing is safe. You say it's a safe space, so answer my question. On average, how many pairs of panties in a woman's drawer with holes in them?
Okay, I would say for every 10 pair of panties, there's 1 with a hole.
How much pairs of panties women have on average?
Bruh, like if you was like a real
12.
woman, like never be. Never. That's 1 pack of panties. Like what the hell? 12.
One pack of panties? Where you get these panties from?
You could buy, you realize you could buy a pack of panties in 12, right?
I know you could buy anything in a pack. You could buy a pack of cigarettes, you could buy a pack of condoms, you could buy a pack of panty shield, you could buy a pack of dildos, probably pack of panties.
You feel like 12 panties is a lot of panties?
I ain't never said that. I just trying to find out where these holes live.
No, like I say, for every 10 pair of panties, there is like a hole in 1. I feel like the normal, I'm going to say normal.
If I know how many women you have on average, then I know how many you have holes. Are you trying to count in your head how much you? Oh no,
I feel like I'm
somebody
speaking
else
for
doing it.
myself. I feel like I can speaking for myself. I feel like once you get it, like as soon as a hole gets like in a lace bra, like a lace panty, I feel like I can't wear it no more. Like I feel like mother sick dread. Like there goes that one because it just is weird.
It's about to say Camp Road at Christmas time. I sticking to the subject. I need to know. I'm an inquisitive person. Every single
No,
one of those.
no, that's it. That's my final answer.
Should say every gal have at least three of them. Facts or fiction?
Like I say, for every 10, first of all, as females, we should have at least minimum 20 to 30 good panties in our drawer. I talking about
20
like
to
good
30. Let me take a sip.
minimum, at least 20, minimum 20 for sure. Because
20
like
bandies?
it's 7 days in a week. Half of y'all probably just wash like every 2 weeks,
Wow.
especially if you live by yourself or whatever. Like if you don't wash it on a weekly
60
basis, like
seconds, people. Hit like,
you need to be able to
share the
have
link.
like sufficient
It's
amount of panties
about
in
to
your
go
drawer.
down.
I just
Man,
saying.
if you share the link,
That's
yes,
what I'm
you share the
thinking.
link. I had to share it on the personal page too, so that when ever gets up
I
and
wish you would
die,
send it to
gal,
me
listen.
on my WhatsApp so I could share it properly.
Oh yeah. I'll push it to you right now. And then we can jump right into these topics. Ladies and gents, if you have any topics you want to share with us, feel free to DM us. This is the first official night of Midnight Mischief. You
Mischief.
dig? So you guys who are here now are the official people who kicked this bad boy off. We're not going to count last week as it was Lovers Week. But this week, y'all are the official people who kicked this bad boy off. Even if you watch this the following morning, which would be what, Tuesday? Or you watch it Wednesday.
Tuesday. Yeah.
Thursday, I can give you a little bit of a blind. Friday, you're late. But y'all are the official people who kicking this bad boy off. So just know that y'all are a part of something that's going to be definitely big. And speaking of
Epic.
big,
Don't say panties big. Don't say big panties.
how much fast?
Whatever you do not say big panties. 7. My answer is 7. 7. 7 to 14. You know,
7
periods
for
come every once a month. Most girls' periods last like a week. So you
Those
need big
girls used to
panties
get it
though.
twice a month.
Sorry,
Calm
Dad.
down. Sweet baby,
Sorry.
Jesus must he know what he's trying to do with that one. Calm down.
Sorry, Dad.
Relax your cheeks. Close
That
your
is
eyes.
tough, babe. I can't imagine experiencing that for 2 weeks.
Wow.
Dang.
That's crazy. But speaking of experience, shout out to everybody inside you ready to experience this midnight mischief with us. And like I say, Manda said, it's a safe space. It's a safe space on
This
that
is.
side. Over
This is
there. It's a
definitely
safe space over there.
Guys, it's a safe space over there too. Don't
The wrong
mind.
way. You
Am I
pointed the wrong
turning
way.
the right way?
Yeah, I was about to say.
In my it's a safe space over there.
Okay. All right. Let's have some fun with it then. So I think the first topic for today should be out the gate nice and early. So as you can read on the ticker below, what are some red flags when in or out of the bedroom?
Dang.
First of all, hold on. Let's start this all the way over. A
Uh-huh.
red flag is almost like something that's alarming to somebody or
Yes.
something you should pay attention to because it raises
Right.
antennas or anything that makes it ish.
Yeah.
So if you didn't know what it was, that's what a red flag is. You dig? So red flags in or out of the bedroom. You got any?
Absolutely. Okay, so one of the first red flags I think when in the bedroom is a guy insisting that the lights are off. Does
Whoa,
that make sense?
whoa,
Like he's saying,
whoa,
"Oh no, I want the lights
whoa.
off."
So he hold on. So if he won the lights off, right? You're saying
That's a
that's a
red
red flag?
flag.
Why?
Absolutely. Okay, so here's my thought process, right?
Uh-huh.
Why you can't grab me with the lights on?
He ain't never say can't. He
No,
said please
no.
turn them off.
Why you feel uncomfortable grabbing me with the lights on? Like you don't like how my face look? Like you know what I mean? Like what's going on there? That's a red flag for me.
That's a
I feel like
interesting way to put it.
if you're insistent on it, not like we come in the room hot and heavy, the lights already off, cool. I talking about like we come in the room, the light dark, and you be like, oh, all the lights on. You be like, oh, I have to turn up the lights. Oh, I want the lights on. No, that's a red flag.
Maybe like last week he's a grower, not a shower.
I don't care. Let me see it small. 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 No.
That was the presentation, no? That was too much.
It's a little bit.
We'll be
So I
like,
think
what,
that's
you
a
better-
definite red flag.
That's a red flag just because he don't want the lights on. Like, what if he just like that?
Yes.
What if it's about a mood thing? What if about just
See,
seeing too
it's
much
not.
things?
See, there's a difference. See, the specific word that I want you to pay attention to is insistent, like persistent. I think it's persistent, insistent, persistent.
Persistent.
Okay. Persistent on having the lights off. Like if you're like very adamant about like no, these lights got to be off. That just makes me feel like you don't want to see me. Like you don't want to see this nice big body. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like that's a red flag for me. Like you don't want to see my face or like you know what I mean? If you're that adamant about having it off, that's what it gives me that vibe. Like I want to grind you with my eyes closed or something. Like you
Wow,
know, physically, like that's a bit much. You know what I
that's
mean?
a bit
So
much.
that's a red flag.
You know what else is a bit much?
I am scared to ask.
If
What?
you could smell it before her clothes come off.
That was one of my red flags too.
Let's talk. See, because you safe spacing over there. If you could smell anything before the clothes come off, by guy,
Scent is definitely red flag vibes.
she is sentimental. She is sensational.
What are you doing? I fully agree. Like scent is
What?
very that is definitely red flag vibes. You know what else though?
I mean, it is that.
A guy having any reason, in my opinion, to like stop having sex. Like when I say
What
stop,
to
I mean
say?
like
So the
listen,
nigga got to
listen,
pump the whole time?
listen. What I mean,
Pumpity
listen to
pump,
what I
pump, pump,
mean.
pump, pump.
I mean, like if you have to like stop to check the door or like stop to check the window or
The
stop
nigga
to check
trying to
your
preserve, he
phone.
trying to preserve the nut.
No, nigga, you ain't preserving shit. You
He's
live a
saying,
lying,
hey, hold
cheating
on, hold on, hold
dog.
on, hold on. You have something?
No,
You have
you ain't
something?
preserving. You ain't
You need a
preserving
few
nothing.
seconds to reboot.
No, I don't feel like you're preserving anything. I feel like you
What?
like checking the door to see if like yeah, girlfriend outside the window peeking like to see like
No, no,
or the
no,
girl
no,
that you
no,
have
no,
on the
no.
side peeking to see like what's going
Fellas,
on in there. Is somebody
fellas, y'all
there?
don't leave me inside this
Or you checking the
conversation.
door?
Fellas, if y'all need an extra 4 minutes of stroke time, please tell this young lady that you can find something dumb. Ow, something bite me. You can have ketchup, a false cramp, something to stall
No,
you a few seconds, right?
no,
Fellas, please put in the comment section, right?
no,
Put the frog emoji, put the Kermit emoji, something. Please tell her that idea of he think he hear something, that ain't no gal at the door. That's I need a few seconds, because by all means, if this gal keep throwing this back, shame is gonna be in my near future, because I am done.
no.
I am done.
Nowadays, like as females, like we know, like we okay, a real mature female knows that a guy, some guys may need like a little extra few minutes. And like if a girl's serious about you, like she's gonna be there with you during those few minutes. Like if you need help getting it hard, like I got you or whatever. But like you checking the door, like no, don't do that. No reasons to stop. Like once we in there, we in there. Like you aren't gonna go check to see if the fridge door closed or no,
Okay.
you don't no.
What if you got a boom?
You better pump right inside the
No, no. I say him. I say you. What if you got a poop? You could just poop
if you already have me down on the bed night and I
face down. And you had fed a genie to dinner. And he talking, he being extra. He grabbing your waist a little too aggressive. And you been holding in the whole car ride because the AC on and your window open. So you
see
thinking
knowing me
I can stall this nanny.
knowing me I wear it so I do like wait, I gotta have my stomach bubbling babe. But like if you into this like just be prepared or whatever. Like
You can
I
tell him
don't
you get
know.
nanny.
I wouldn't say Nani just sounds so bad. Like if I already know like my stomach breaking down, I'm gonna avoid by all means any means of us like getting to that point. Like it ain't happening.
No, but see, your
Because
belly
I
might not have break down. You done at the house, or you done at the telly, you done wherever you was getting at the time, done being smooth, you done being sexy and telling them, all right, then wait till you get it. Okay, keep playing then. Keep touching me in the back of my head what you got happen to you. You done tell him all kind of strange things you can do to him. Ain't no hole in the panty that night. You straight. Your belly break down when you reach inside.
I ain't gonna lie, this is a tough one. I don't
You
know. I
coming
don't
out that
know.
room, you know you
I'm
ain't
a
staying in
very
there.
I'm a very good communicator. So I could be
Are
like,
you?
"Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I have people that could vouch for this. I'm a very good communicator. So like if something is off, if I be like, oh, I ain't gonna lie, that my stomach hurting, like we gotta talk about it.
You gonna
Like
boom be like the
I I would communicate that. You know what I mean? And then I personally, really, I'm talking about you like who I'm comfortable with or whatever. So like, I would communicate that effectively straight
That's
across the
deep.
board.
That's
Yeah.
deep.
Because how embarrassing would it be for me to know my belly breaking down and
Mm.
you balls deep and then like something what I think is a little fart that may slide out is
That's that relationship
that's
over.
too much. That's too much.
If you nanny without wanting, with the middle of juice it, that's true. That relationship over. Because you can't explain that. There's no sorry. There's no I ain't sure.
No,
Because you
I
ain't gonna look
agree.
back.
I agree. That's too much.
Wow.
Like I have to like clear the air. Like I have to like I'm not gonna put myself in a situation. That's a
Wow.
tough one, babe.
Is it? You got another one? Any more red
I
flags, or you want me
wonder.
to
I
keep
wonder
going? I
if
got
people
some red
would.
flags
I
now.
wonder if people would be honest about like these experiences. Like, would someone say like they actually had an experience like that before? Um,
When she wanna kiss during sex, but her breath smell like cesspit. When she expect me to grind her with the silk cap on. Ooh.
now hold on, now Colin. Now hold on, now, buddy. I don't see nothing wrong with a little silk clap. Say silk
You
clap.
can't even say it, man. So bad.
Silk cap grind. There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of
Okay.
girls out there actually don't like to get their hair like, especially like I just get my hair do like.
Bump it on your bonnet and get on it, huh? That's how
Yeah,
they
that's
go.
what I'm saying. Like, I
No,
don't
that
know
was
what my
it.
hair get pulled.
You don't supposed
No,
to co-sign that. No,
I co-sign that 100%.
go bonnet and get
So,
on it as you go.
absolutely. If we
Mother
getting
sick.
dirty maturity, we could still cap on it and get on it by all
This nigga
means.
say chocolate ice cream on the ball sack. I ain't highlighting another one of these come.
Colin is a freak. He's a freak, Colin. I just want you to know that.
Mother sick. I don't know how to feel.
Another
What?
red flag for me, though, if I had to think about, it would be a guy that's more focused on his own self pleasure, like first and foremost, before even like giving a crap about the female self pleasure. That's a red
Hold
flag for
on.
me.
Why is that a red flag?
Because it's like it's a mutual thing. So like if you just in the act of relations for like your own self gratification or whatever, and like you don't like you're not focused in any way on like is she pleased or like going through like that foreplay process of like like making sure like she good, like that's a red flag. That's selfish. I
I
feel
say
like the
he's
sexual
selfish.
pleasure should be both ways.
Well, then let me ask
He's
you this.
selfish. That's what I said. He's
Yeah,
selfish.
should a guy or girl be concerned about the other person when they're having a one night stand?
Why did you say one next time?
No, because that's my question. Should a guy or a girl be concerned about the other person when they're having a one night stand?
Okay, I
And if
feel
they
like you
are,
should have.
scale of 1 to 10, how much?
When you say concerned, you mean concerned about their pleasure?
Concerned, just how you phrase what happened. So yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So, in my opinion, from we decide that we engage in sexual relations, absolutely, we should both be concerned about pleasure on both ends. You know what I mean? It's kind of, I feel like it's just a little selfish to like go about it like, this is a one night stand. Let me just get my little do and then just go. I feel like you should be able to, as a female, like I want to be able to perform and make sure like you good too. But I need you to match my energy and like be able to perform and make sure I good too. And I kind of feel like you should do it first and then I'll check later.
She's nope, that's different because we both are trying to catch a quick go.
No,
Let
you
me
can't
leave that
think
on the
about.
screen for a little bit.
No, I don't feel like that's right. Like I know you're kind. I know I agree. Yes, you're trying to catch a quick come or whatever, but you want to make sure the nigga a little straight too. No, you know what
I'm
I mean?
saying, I mean, in some cases, the one night stand ain't quick. It
That's what I'm
spans
saying.
over. Well, I mean, it is what it is at that point. I guess I don't really
I
know how
think
to
that's
put
gonna
it.
be a good segue into this next like thought process I have because like a one night stand, like what if that one night stand, what if you faulty up thinking, oh, this just a quick come for me or whatever, but that'd be the best come you ever had. That'd be the best come you ever had, right?
And then they get hit you
But
with the
you ain't,
ghost.
you understand? And then like you didn't really perform to the point of him being able to be like fully satisfied. That's why you can't let these sexual interactions stop y'all from putting y'all all into it or putting y'all a little extra little razzle dazzle or whatever. Because that one night stand could lead to, you know,
Extra
you
sprinkles
getting
on the bum
married.
bum. That's what
You
it
know
is.
what?
Indeed, indeed.
I just
Okay.
saying, so it's my
What
thought
you just
process.
said. Indeed. Okay.
And then
So
let me ask you this, right? I hope
let me
this
get it.
doesn't segue too far. So with a one night stand, right? Okay, this is a question for you.
Okay.
If
For
you have
me.
a one
Okay.
night stand with a female, do you feel like, let's say first night y'all go out, y'all enjoy drinks, whatever, and this one night stand, like, do you feel like there's any potential of that female being the female that you take home?
Take
Or
home
do
as
you
in
feel
keep.
like, yeah, like, do you think that you could form a real relationship with a girl that you who decide to offer up her pum pum to you or whatever on the first night?
Yeah, I've partially had this conversation the other day when we was talking. So is one of my ideas of if she brings value to him, that
Hmm.
changes the idea of her giving it up quick. And by value, I mean, all right, most women look at men as this
Hmm.
one. They can almost put all men in one column.
Because most of the time we can, okay.
Okay, and just be honest, most of the time men can too. We know exactly
Yeah.
where women fit in and who you are and how you acting or whatever, but we know that we have to fit into this mold of what you need to hear for you to be able to function.
Hmm.
Because if we tell you the truth, you ain't want it. So we gotta fit this mold of let me see what she needs to hear or what she needs to have in the front of her for her to do what it is that we know she want to do and that I want
Hmm.
her to do. So when she does what she does, which we know she wanted to do, she just don't want to be seen as the type of person who does that kind of stuff. The back end of it now is how much is she going to provide value to my life? Is she communicating well? Is she talking to me about things that make sense? Am I able to have a conversation with this gal? Is she gonna do something no other gal do? Is she gonna get up and fix the bed right behind us? And you'd be like, oh shoot, this girl just literally just fixed the bed. But she might ask, oh, you want something to eat? Or you might see some stuff over there, a little rumple up or whatever, and say she might organize some little stuff while you're in the bathroom cleaning up. It could be
Right.
any little thing that separates this gal from another gal. And this nigga will say, "Boy, well, mother." Or maybe she'll sit there and say, "Man, I know mention when we used to dinner or whatever like that. You was talking about this type of work you was do. Tell me about that. Or how long it take you to get that rolling." And the nigga may get into a
Hmm.
conversation talking about something she don't care about, but he
Hmm.
realized she give a damn about. Oh, she was actually listening to me. She give a damn about something she have no clue about. So
Hmm.
he'll find the value in that conversation and be like, you know what? This gal dope, you know. I like talking to her. Even though I don't like talking to these gals like that because I feel like I can't hold a conversation long enough. I like talking to this gal. This gal
Hmm.
sounds like somebody who gonna make sure that I on point with whatever it is I got going on. So he'll turn around and say, you know what, yeah man. So the next day I won't have a conversation with her because of the fact that I was enjoying having a conversation with her before. But in most cases, women walk this tightrope of what you don't do for me, you ain't getting. So, go for me.
I
Go for me.
mean,
Please
I
me.
mean,
Intrigue me. Make me feel good about me. I need me to feel good all the time. What you gonna do for me? Are you gonna keep me? Or you need to call me? You need to text me? You need to make me feel special? You need to blow my phone up? Who me? I ain't answering you right back. I can't make you think I available. You just
I think that's PTSD. I think that's like dealing with guys that
that's
don't
conceitedness.
normally. I don't think it's conceited.
You ain't
I
think
feel
so?
like, no, I don't. I feel like the norm right now for guys, generally speaking, is y'all always want something. I know a female who's been in a situation before, right, where um I guess one night stand by, I don't know what it was, whatever, but she engaged in relations with a guy, and let's just say like he wanted head or whatever, but he wasn't willing to give it. So why would I give you head if you didn't want to give me head?
That
That
ain't
make
a
any
fair
sense?
assessment.
What? All that
That's
is
not a
a fair
fair
assessment.
assessment.
A lot of times you guys expect things or whatever, but you're not willing to do the things that you guys expect.
That sounds great. But when I flip that script, there are 100 times more things that a woman won't be willing to do than a man is willing to do or have to do.
Like what?
Die for you. Let's start there.
Y'all niggas ain't diving up with
Let me. Oh, watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch
y'all niggas will die
this.
for y'all boy before y'all die for a
Watch
gal.
this. If a nigga on a first date with you, not you, but
Hmm.
women, he on a
Yeah.
first date with a gal, and a
Hmm.
nigga come over there with any form of negative, aggressive, or energy that may go in the direction of a physical altercation, is
Hmm.
he responsible to step in and protect her?
Say that again. Reiterate that. Repeat that. Sorry. If she's in a physical altercation with someone, is he
If
obligated to
there's a
step in?
guy
Hmm.
or there's any form of harm that is
Hmm.
in the vicinity of this gal he on a first date with, is he responsible to step in and protect her?
I honestly don't feel like he is responsible.
I don't feel. I tell me
Listen,
what you think is
listen.
going to play out
On
proper.
a first date, the context behind this question that you're asking is realistic. If she was like the aggressor or the hostile or like the one that was like in the wrong and like freaking out, then I don't necessarily think that it's his obligation to step in. Now, obviously, we live in a world where, as a male, if you see a female being, I know, I'm going to regret making
You
this statement right
walking
now.
down this dark
I know,
road.
I'm right now digging a hole. I know, but I feel like the norm is what the world has conformed us to. Basically, is if anybody sees a female being attacked, not even knowing what the story is or whatever, like men are going to step in. If a guy is fighting a girl, no matter what she did, other men that are around are going to step in because it's kind of like a situation of a pick on someone your own size. Like a nigga should, in my opinion, and I do not condone females fighting men, but I feel like a guy should just never like put his hands on a girl. I don't care what
Never.
she did,
You don't care
never.
what she did.
I don't. And I understand the thought process behind this because like I think like we've spoken before and it's like I feel like there's like lines, right? Like okay, like I think I made this comment before where like if a gal spit in a nigga face, um wait, what? I did not say that. I did not say. Anyways, if a girl spits in a guy's face, I feel like that's like the most disrespectful thing you could do. You know what I mean? I still don't think a guy should like draw back and like tear her head off, even though he may want
what
to.
you basically telling me is that men should be held to a better restraint standard than women, or a
Because
higher
men are
standard than men.
just such stronger guys and just
If
such
that's the
dominant
case,
figures
if that's the
where
case, then these women who claim to be smarter than men would not put their hand on someone who's bigger than them, because she will not
I
walk in a
agree.
yard with a pit bull. She will not slap a bear on its ass. She will not grab a wasp nest and squeeze it. She knows what she's doing and she knows she's protected, so she abuses that power. So back to my point.
I don't
That
agree with women
first
that do that
date,
though.
you don't have to agree. It's reality
Yeah,
and it's what's
I
going to
guess.
be accepted. That first date, that dude is expected to step in and deal with that physical altercation. Don't let it even be a longer situation. There could be a dude downstairs say, I'm down there with a gun. Who is ever upstairs? Get your ass down here.
You
He's
know what?
expected to go down there and take that bullet.
If he really likes her, I'm taking the fucking bullet for nobody on the first date now. Just take
Exactly.
the bullet for me on the first date.
You
That's a bunch
know,
of shit.
even
No,
if
I
you're
don't
gonna
think
bullet,
no guy should do it either. I'm just
if
like,
that
no, I
nigga,
understand.
if it's
I
fists
understand.
and he run, ain't no second date.
Okay. If he really likes her, if like the first hour of their date was absolutely spectacular,
See
and
you,
he feels like
wow.
he wants to maybe pursue this a little bit more, and she is not in the wrong. I do not condone females outright being dead ass disrespectful and expecting guys to step up and be like, "Oh well, I'm a fight for you." No, I don't give. I don't. If you wrong, you wrong, babe. Like let that bitch suffer the consequences. And I hate to
You
say it like
will
that,
not
but
get another date. You will not be seen in the public's eye as someone who is even qualified to call yourself a man. I understand what you're saying because you're looking at this thing from you're a little bit more, for lack of better words,
I'm a type.
unbiased, right? You're
Yeah.
very unbiased, and you probably have a lot of dudes who enjoy having conversations with you because they don't have to always deal with feeling like they ain't appreciated or they're
Yeah.
not factored in. So dudes probably really love having a conversation with you. That is not the norm, and you know it's not the norm. That is far
I
from the norm.
agree.
And you know what else is far from the norm?
Oh
Gals who
God.
say I don't usually do this or I never did this before. Red flag. Sound the alarm. Sound the goddamn alarm. I don't usually do this. I never really done this before. If you gotta say it, by all means, you're nasty behind as a professional. You ain't gonna lie to me. You ain't gonna lie to man. Hold on, man. Pour the glass one more time. We need put the wine back on the screen, man. Pour some more
I
wine.
feel
Pour
like
some
I
more
gotta.
wine.
I feel like I gotta pour another
Pour some
drink.
more wine. Pour some wine.
I just don't know. I just don't know what to do.
Pour some wine, man.
I
God damn it.
mean,
I don't know how to feel. I don't know how to feel, man. Oh,
I'm gonna.
get the
I
wine off the
mean,
screen.
I
Cheapest
mean,
creepers, man. What in the blue hell?
I have to be honest. I have to like look for another drink. Sorry, because
I
like
don't
I.
usually do this, and I've never done this before.
But in all, and then smoke the dog jacket.
Try
Okay,
murder,
so
nigga.
I mean that's a tough one because sometimes as females like we want to be modest, because if I
About
say,
what?
oh well, if I say, oh well, I do this all kind of times or whatever, you'd be like, oh, this you're gonna draw this sort of like mental. So you're gonna form an opinion.
What if I never do it before for real?
That's what I'm saying. Like that's
You
another
must be a
thing too.
born legend.
That's another thing too. Like what if when we said it like it's actually true?
It's a part of your fate to be a little fresh ass little freak. That's all it is.
That's what. Anyways, I ain't gonna say what I want to say.
But the funny thing is, right, girls just know exactly how their representation is set, but they'll try to beat you to the punch to be like, I never do this before, just so you know, I don't do this often. Oh, nigga, if you're doing
Because
it
you're gonna
now,
judge me. Guys are so judgmental, babe. And then you're
nope.
not only gonna judge me, but you're gonna put me in a bracket. You're gonna say, okay, well, clearly this guy do this plenty times. This guy probably told she's probably
No,
gonna
because
do this
this
to
the
10
thing.
niggas.
Right when she done doing it, she'll turn right around and say, "You do this," and all the girls say, "Oh, if he good at what he doing," she'll be like, "Oh well, shit, I wonder who else he doing this to." Y'all just do the same foolishness, so don't act like it's only these dudes looking at that situation. Especially if you saying you about to do something one time, but then they gonna blow your goddamn weave off the back of your head, and now you gotta get home. You fall asleep on the way home, running red light and thing, because you screaming at yourself in your head, "Girl, this nigga done half killed me on the phone with your best friend. You ain't gonna lie to me." No. So if she ever tell you all fellas she had never done this before, she don't usually do this, red flag. Out the gate. Out the gate. And I can give you one. I back in this one. If she suggests the threesome,
Then just know you ain't no first threesome, baby.
if she now let me make this make sense. Let me let me make this make a little bit of sense because some of y'all can try to hold me hostage, right? If y'all talked about it before, and then she decided to think about it and re-bring the conversation back up and
I
say,
love
"Well,
that
I
J Lo
thought
song.
about what you said," or blah blah blah, and she made the conversation about it, then cool. But if she is the one who kicked the conversation off and say this, that, and the third or whatever, by all means, my guy, red flag.
That's not a red
I
flag.
just happen to be a pro and I tried. Yo, LaBelle is a whole mood, man. That's a red flag. It's just a natural.
So it's just a natural look.
So what about the guys who brag but can't perform? See that
Let's talk about that. Because a lot of times, like, okay, very, let me tell you who could kill. And I hate to like bring this up, right? I have a friend of mine who just recently had a conversation with me about talking during sex, right? Like, like talking during sex or whatever. A lot of guys come into these sexual situations. I don't know what make them think they absolutely amazing, but I realize a lot of gals out there y'all could kill. And I blame us sometimes for like swelling these guys' heads up. They're thinking they're big performers. Because when we then decide to push them to the side or whatever and be done with them, we done swell their head up so much where when they get to the next gal, they hype up over us now. We done hype them up. So they go on to the next gal talking a big talk. And then when they get there, the performance is whack. And that gal just happened to be an honest gal to let them know.
now
That wasn't all
let
that.
me see if I can sneak inside there a little bit. There's some instances where the dude is actually doing his job. He been did his job the last 2-3 times. But then he raised up on this one gal who for lack of better words, show up at
Don't say the
her own
wrong thing.
specific hallway. So when he show up to the hallway, throwing hot dog down the hallway, then if you ain't a porn star, you don't fit the description. So is he failing or is it a matter of because she been juicing from primary school, now he got to take that L because of her?
No, that's not fair to say. I don't think that's fair to say, to be honest.
Okay, if he
Can you pull
performed,
up question back up again? That specific comment?
you know what I wish there was? Which question? Which one?
The same
Hold on, hold on.
one.
Which one? Oh, the question from the thing about the guys who Brian can't perform?
Yeah.
You know how women will measure a guy and say if it ain't certain amount of inches, then it don't fit the description or it's
Size
too
don't
small or
matter. Let me not
whatever.
say size don't matter.
I wish there
Size
was a
matters to an
circumference.
extent. Size matters to an extent. Because I know niggas who cocky and big. I know guys who cocky and big. But the performance level is top tier compared to a nigga who cocky big. So if you don't know what to do with your cock or whatever, then that's very important. I listen. A lot of guys who think like, oh, because their penis is a larger penis or whatever, they think that they have it all going or whatever. But when you only know one stroke, or you only know one speed, or you only know how to slam it hard, or you don't
Uh,
know how to slow it down, and you don't know how to bust that foreplay or whatever, that sex don't necessarily be good because your penis big. Let's just make it clear right now.
Sometimes
Because
you
I
gotta
ladies out
feel.
there, let me tell you all, don't diss a nigga with a
Wowzers.
small cock. Because the nigga with a
You
small cock
telling
should
them
know what to
don't?
do with his cock. I telling y'all don't.
I ain't
Don't diss
getting
a
in
nigga
that
with a
one.
small
And
cock.
then that's a whole nother
No,
conversation. You know what? I get on the
don't.
campaign. I get on the
Don't
campaign.
listen to
Fellas,
small
y'all
talk.
find me a hashtag for this. There's some, you need to find a circumference. Like how y'all to say, if it ain't over 5 inches or 6 inches, don't show up. Or if it ain't over 8 inches, don't. There need to be a circumference of how big and how whatever. And you measure it to see if it either going to be like this, where you show up and you got to, oh, take your time. Or she show
See?
up here with Beats by Dre. And you I get on a campaign. There
You are
need to
dead
be a
disrespectful.
circumference. And if you don't meet the circumference, by all means, madam, no.
See, there is a difference though, because there is this thing called there's length and then there's girth. Like when
For
you
bread too.
thinking, I don't worry with you with no bread because
If you
salt
could walk
water,
up to
less
if you
than
could walk up
salt.
to a gal and you could get one of them hard straw, which is get from Viola's over the bridge, and you could go like this, and if you could go like this, and you could go like this and go like that, and it don't hit nothing.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how gals just get to that point, babe. Like I think that's an unreal thing. Because you could all like there are so many different ways to tighten your vagina where like I don't feel like a girl could really
Y'all
be
have
as
it
flat.
so good, but y'all as women have it so good.
How, babe?
Y'all have it so good, but
Jade, you
she
killing me
said
right
she
now.
need a drink.
Jade, get a Stoli and pineapple juice. That's what I triggered right now.
She
That's
need a
what you
drink.
need to do.
Yo, the mischief is on high levels. Yo, listen, if y'all watching right now, y'all ain't hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Me and Banda here are making sure that we answer all you guys' questions and share what is considered our opinions on red flags. If you ain't hit the like button, please go ahead and hit the like button. If you ain't share it yet, grab the link, put it in your WhatsApp, share it in your WhatsApp group. Say, yo, these two online right now acting a complete fool. If it ain't epic, why you even doing it? We got Manda Panda here, Mandalay Panda for the rest of this week. And
You
yours
man
truly
depend
epic for
there.
reals. You dig? We got a couple more red flags before we go ahead and change the subject. By all means, Amanda, if she choke you first, that's a red flag.
Why is that a red flag?
Both times. It's a
Why is
red
that a red
flag
flag?
because she is an extreme freak, and if she get to choke you before you choke her, you slipping, partner. That's a double red flag, whammy.
I do not see that as a red flag.
If she
Because
choke
that
him
just
first,
happened. See, okay, you have to understand, right? Obviously, they had to be in a particular position for her to be like, come here, let me, you know what I mean?
why you bite the lip? Why
Or
that seem so familiar? Why you lean into it? What's all of this about? I sick this getting too familiar for you. I taking a sip. I taking a sip. Go
no,
on with your example. No, go on with your example. Go on, go on.
I don't think I've ever wrapped my hands around a guy's neck, if I'm being honest.
Wow.
But but I don't think that's a red flag. I feel like it's just like that certain level of intimacy, or maybe that nigga might have pissed her off earlier. So it's kind of like I enjoying this right now, but let me tell you something. That shit you pulled last night. You know what I mean? Like it's just so much different things. I don't think that's a red flag though. I think that that's safe. I feel like that's like a little certain that sort of like freaky vibes or whatever. I feel like guys might like that though. No,
Swift say the
you ever
minute
get?
you choke me face, I scared. Say she's beat mine.
I don't, guys.
Yo, Jane say choking it different. Yo, I swear, y'all at this hour, I swear Monday night's gonna hit completely different. Come the next
Choking
Monday.
first. That's safe. That's a
Oh
safe love.
shit.
I don't think that's that
Say
bad.
if she say please don't grab the lube. What?
What?
What? I'm confused. If she say
Please,
please don't grab the
please don't
lube,
grab the lube.
don't. Oh well.
Man, if you're gonna grab the lube, then
Well,
that
if
means
he
you
have,
try.
I
If she's
about to
saying don't
say.
grab
So
it,
that's a
then she
red. Yeah,
like
that's a red.
friction.
Yeah,
That's
that's a
definitely
red
a red
flag. Oh,
flag.
That don't
You need
sound
to
right.
check. You need to check out mental because that don't make no sense. Please don't grab the lube. Since
I'm
if
a,
you won't grab the lube, then something wrong. You gotta understand. You gotta
wowzers.
readjust.
Jason, suppose he got asthma.
we we
I
gotta
joke
know
me, I
when
joke
to.
you that it's 50 Shades of Black saying right now, but I swear, y'all is the worst, yo. I swear, I can't even stay on this topic too long. Monday, you got any more red flags up your sleeve? Because we can do this for the next 20
I
minutes.
don't feel like I do, babe. I don't feel like I do.
You
I
didn't
feel
think
like I
so?
can. I don't. I don't think so. I think that's it. Like I said, I feel like the lights thing is a big thing for me. But like I want you. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a girl that likes the lights off, whatever. But like that's a good thing for me. If you're insistent about it, if you gotta constantly be checking your phone or checking the door, red flags. And you said scent, but I want to make sure that we point out the fact that the scent on a guy is also equally as important because a lot of y'all niggas be thinking y'all smelling good or whatever, or just coming from work and thinking, oh, I work in AC, oh, I work in AC, I good. No, I need you to go wash your
Three
balls
things I
before you
can
bring
put
that
on
this
that.
way.
One, y'all have a whole aisle at the food store just for between your little nasty legs. So if you, for
And
any
y'all,
reason, don't
the
smell
fact that
like
y'all don't,
Lysol and incense,
the fact that y'all don't have one is a red flag.
because we ain't expected to smell good. That's y'all. So if we smell funny, you can say that's real manly. You want a nigga that smell like a little bit of musk, a
No,
little bit of taint. Hey? Number two,
oh, thanks.
number two. If I say what a stink guy smell like, you can't find that scent. If I say what a stink gal smell like, you know exactly what part of Montague to tell me to stand by to represent that smell we talking about. So that's two.
That's a male thing though. Y'all created that. That y'all created that. I'm pretty
Well,
sure that there
what
was a
to
guy
say?
that invented girls smelling like fish or whatever. I don't think there was a girl that said, "Oh, this smell a little fishy." Y'all guys just savage. What's your third thing?
My third, hold on. I can show you what I was gonna say right now. I should have had this. I should have had this from Jump Street. I don't even know where I put it. Where did I put it? Man, I know I ain't be able to find this fast enough, man, to be able to share in the conversation. I can put it inside there when we're ready finished. I can give you the third one in a second. The third one
Okay.
would fit perfect. Okay, but let's get to our next topic for the night before things get a little bit, too high. It's a Monday night and some of y'all acting real hot and heavy right now. And I hope y'all learning lessons from our educated opinions right now because we ain't just throwing these
Educated
at
or
you for nothing.
uneducated? One of them.
He should have been deep in somebody's guts in the first place then. Wowzers. Oh my goodness.
Amen.
This was a G high school. My gosh. Thrift say, I don't like how y'all behaving on Tuesday. Saying musky. Hey, that's what it smell the bell. It smell musky. Wow. You might on it, man. The second time you mentioned this, you want to talk about it. It's like you got you a problem. They like the musk, man. It's a little bit of musk. Say hot mayo and old cheese. Mother sick, that's what balls smell like.
That's exactly what y'all smell like.
You know more comments getting put on the screen. Nope,
That's
nope,
exactly what y'all smell like. Hot
nope,
mayonnaise.
nope. Wow, that's what we doing. All right then. Let me see if I can put this on the screen real quick.
Dry up salty or something.
Try
Keep
up
going.
salty.
Yeah, you
See,
taste. You ever
this
smell dry
the
salty?
see y'all just trying to find anything right now to call a scent,
That's
just
what
so
you
that
never
y'all
smell
can go
dry
ahead and.
salty. I clearly you've never smelled it.
Like I
Rubik's
never
gas
smelled dry
station.
salty.
I am. Anyways, never mind.
That's a little wild. That's a little wild. But listen. If y'all have not liked the post yet, shared the link yet, do that ASAP, please. Eh? And speaking of do that ASAP, let me show Mando what I'm talking about. Bang. Back in the day when you wanted somebody to know you was had a good date, that's what she used to do.
I ain't gonna lie, right? Guilty.
That's what she used to do.
Guilty.
How does bread have a scent? You ain't supposed to can smell nothing. You're supposed to smell a whole bunch of nothing.
That's not fair. That's
It
not
ain't
fair.
fair that niggas got to deal with that. And niggas thought that was normal. They thought that was the
Stop making
normal
it
smell
seem
for
like we
bread.
can't. Like we don't have to deal with your scent, babe. Niggas have a scent too, babe. And a
Niggas
lot
is
of
not.
times as females,
Niggas could identify
a
that
lot of
smell from
times
high
as
school.
females probably is like don't even really think about it like too heavy. They just be like, wait, I just go. Like by the time they then get down there, it's like too late. Like I already here.
If you see,
Like I'm just saying.
say you already there. If you see tissue balls in the
Ooh,
butt crack.
yes, yes,
Now,
yes.
Manda, whose butt crack are you excited about right now? Whose butt crack
Carl,
is
I hope I'm saying this right.
it? Her
Carlon,
butt crack, eh? Or who butt crack?
tissue.
In who but crack?
Honestly, since you want anybody but crack, it's a red flag.
Because
Since you
I
want
trying to
anybody
figure
but
out how
crack,
you see that knee but crack.
anybody but crack, anybody but crack is a red flag. Since you want a gal vagina is a red flag. Like any of
Ooh.
that. Like it's like, yeah, I know you're wiping, yeah, I know you're cleaning yourself or whatever, but bitch, you know.
Oh man, it was smell like water. But this
Now hold on now, Calvin. Stop
I
that.
just
Stop
said,
that.
I'm just saying. You know what? Let's get to our next topic for the night, man. Because y'all over here say, who crack? And then this one over here is a whole mood. Vagina is a natural smell, though it's not stank, but it's an actual. It's make your
That's
face
like
do
saying
just
I
like
said
that.
it.
That guy been do it. Oh man. Second question
Oh,
for the
you know what
night,
else is
man.
a red flag too?
What's that?
That little I don't know what you just call that little oh, I don't know what to call it, like
I
the
ain't
little
even know if
bump.
I want you call it.
Y'all uncircumcised guys who have
The
like that little
cheese?
like yeah, that's a red flag.
Y'all still eat it though. Y'all like fettuccine on your fettuccine, the
I don't know
parmesan.
what you're
Y'all like
talking
little
about.
parmesan on your.
Cheese. No. Yeah.
Speaking of Parmesan, yo, I got a big question for y'all bastards who think y'all coming here to play around with me tonight. By all means, look at the bottom, son. Does your actions define who you are? Let's play this game. I want to play a game.
I feel like I want to
Ladies,
turn my
I gotta
camera off
take
for
my
a
watch off.
second.
I gotta take my watch off for this. I need to be fully flexible to get into this one here. Does your actions define who you are? Yes or no? Crowd, jump in on this one because I need y'all to go ahead and say what y'all got to say before I get a chance to say what I want to say. The same way the beat is of a natural smell. First of all, you know,
Dion always penis smell. Don't worry about that. Dion
first of all,
Swift
there ain't no
Seymour.
senses, there ain't no senses or dingalings for me to confirm that. I'm
You
not done.
you take a sip of your penis before I watch it.
That's one dingaling. You can't consensus that.
These niggas definitely don't be out there shaving. For me, see a nigga who ain't shaving,
So
red
you
flag.
fat cheese. Y'all some fucked up people.
What is going on?
Facebook, my comment from y'all. Facebook don't reach y'all. Manscaped is real, Bob. Is they can talk about
Period.
goat cheese and parmesan. I sick of y'all. I over to the boy y'all comments, man. So, man, they coming your way first.
You might want to come my way.
I can put it on.
Okay.
I can put it on the screen. Do people's actions define who they are?
I have, okay, so first of all, let me just be honest. I'll tell you right off the bat that I am 50-50 on this answer. Because I feel like a part of me feels like acts like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's just a duck. Then again, I feel like we get placed in certain situations where um, things may cause us to act out of character, and it doesn't necessarily make those actions 100% us. It just means that whatever situation that we may have been in, or that whatever traumatic whatever that we may have experienced caused us to act a particular way in that moment. It doesn't necessarily mean that 100% defines us, if that makes sense. That's my thought process. And like I said, like I'm 50-50 on it because it's kind of like a situation where um let's just say, like we talk about one night stands. Like, if you give a nigga a one night stand, does that make you a hoe? Or like, does it make you an easy gal or whatever? In some cases, like it can be easily said that you are. Then again, it's kind of like well, I really like this guy. I feel like this guy could be, so much more. So here I am, opening up myself and my vagina to him. You know what I mean?
Is it
And
safe to
like,
say you're defending women with this answer you give it?
no, I'm
Because
not
the amount
defending.
of foolishness
I'm
fly out
not
your face just
I'm not defending. I'm 50-50. I'm on the fence about the question.
Okay, is everything you explained after saying you're 50-50, was it in defense of protecting the idea of women being misjudged?
No, it's not. It's just
You
like, okay,
sure?
like I know for okay, I hate to get personal, but I'm an open book. I know that I have done things that are out of character for me. You know what I mean? So after I realized, or after I've been in situations that were out of character, I took a step back and I realized that that's not me. So I stopped doing those things completely because I knew that that was not me. But it was like a certain situation arose and it caused me to act out of character. You know what I mean? So I can't be defined by that misjudgment or like that
Okay,
action, so to speak, or
understandable,
whatever.
understandable. But then let me ask this question here then. If a person, since you wasn't talking about women, and I told you Swift caught it too, if a person cannot necessarily be defined by their actions, then what defines a person?
I think their actions still define them. I just don't think. No, listen. Let me finish. I know he's gonna do that. I just don't think that all of their actions. I don't think that every single action that someone does should
So then,
define
how
them.
many actions do you need to say,
Not
okay,
how
that's you?
many, not how many. I just feel like you can't judge me off of, okay, like if an argument occurs or whatever, right? If something actually happens and my actions are whatever, let's say they're hostile or whatever, I don't feel like after a traumatic experience, I should be judged based on my actions at that point. I feel like the actions that are normal, calm, or like that weren't provoked is the word I'm looking for. I feel like those actions sort of define us. Like I said, 50-50 on it because a lot of times like we do things out of the norm, babe, when we are hit with certain situations. But let's just say like we aren't hit by those situations. Would we act that way normally? No.
Interesting.
I hate you, babe.
You could have been a dodgeball champion. You just
That was my favorite sport in school. I've been in private school.
Oh my god, I got some dope answers inside the comments though. Lavelle said not really because people sometimes react based on emotion, so your actions doesn't
Exactly.
always define you. However, repetitive action does define who you are. So then if you do an
Agreed.
action, so what you're saying is if you do an action once, that's not
No,
you. But if you
right.
see if you're seeing doing it more than once, then that's who you are. So if I
Like
see
3 times.
so if
Third
I see
strike you're out.
somebody out a couple of times to the club and they're drinking, that means that there's a party goer. There's a
All it is. All it is.
All right, I leave it that one alone because I
Yeah,
want to
I'm
get
gonna
back to
do.
that one later on. But we have another set of conversations that have to do with just men and women. I can play with that. So the Carlin even say, so if you do whole actions unprovoked, are you bad? Yes. I swear, the way men look at that question, I think is a lot different than the way women
What do
look
we
at that
consider whole
question.
action so?
Exactly, because there's no
Yeah,
such
what do you
thing.
guys consider whole action?
If you ask a woman what's considered a hoe, she won't even
Uh,
answer you. She'll just turn around and say, "Man, a hoe too. Man, a hoes too."
no, I would answer.
You can answer. But what I'm saying is the
Most women,
idea
I guess, wouldn't. Yeah.
men can't be hoes.
What? You fucking delusional dog? You out your mind? Did you just say that? Did you just say that shit with a straight face? Okay, you know what? I am judging you now based on your actions. You are clearly delusional if you think
First of
that
all,
men
okay.
cannot be yours. Y'all niggas
Okay.
is hoes. I
Okay.
have examples. I could prove that fact. I
Okay.
could
So
give you.
let's start over. See, I wanted to get the proper out of you, and now I get in the proper out of you, right? Because the minute you start talking about men, you get energetic. But when you talk about women, you get
No.
poetic. So then let me ask this. What's a hoe?
I feel like a hoe in the male or female version is someone that is
You trying to figure
scandal-
out how to pretend to be.
scandalous.
What
No,
that
no.
mean? What that
It's,
mean?
I'm gonna tell you
Okay.
who sleeps with multiple people in short periods of time, no sort of commitment, no sort of anything. They just from person to person to person to person to
How many
person,
persons before
giving up
we
their
start the
vagina.
whole word? How do we start the whole? How many people does it consider to be a hoe?
3 people in 1 week is a hoe. From you busting down 3 niggas in a week, whole status. And don't get me wrong, whole life or no life. Not for me, but I mean like those that did through it or whatever.
Okay,
Like
so let me ask
that's
this.
a life. Like you know
So
what I mean?
then
Like do y'all think
let
commit
me.
fully?
Okay, so then let's play this game.
I want to get my charger right now, man. You're stressing me
You
out.
can do you can dash. You can have me. Okay, so here's how I play this.
Okay, say it. I turn on my camera. Let me get my charger. Keep
Okay.
going. I listen it.
Okay. So
Uh-huh.
if you got a Mary J. Blige concert
Oh my gosh.
and she come to the Bahamas and she smash 3 niggas in the same week,
Uh-huh.
she's a hoe.
Mary J. Blige?
If Dexter Dops come to Nassau and smash 3 guards, he's a legend.
He's a hoe? No,
He's a legend.
he's a hoe.
He's a legend. No, he's a
hoe.
legend. No, he's a legend.
According to whom?
But according to the fact that what you have to put in to get access to a woman, you have zero to put in to get access from a man. So for you to run through 3 niggas in the same week, by all means.
All is hoes. Okay?
Okay, so then Women
All
like
girls
hoes
do.
then.
No, women don't like hoes. I don't
So
think
why every
guys are
woman in the
so.
crowd reaching out for Trey Songz balls while he performing?
But Trey Songz is a fine ass nigga.
Why? So you know he got multiple gals, but they'll still mess with him. So they must see like hoes. If a nigga look in the VIP section and he see one gal over there with 22 niggas, you think he want anything to do with being the 23rd?
Yeah. If
That's a
that
lie.
if that
That's a
gal over
lie.
there
That's
looked
a
at
lie. Nope. That's nope. And
y'all. First of
he
all,
want nothing to
let's
do with
be
that.
honest. Okay, I want to make sure that I fully, because right now I try to my child is not plugging in. Okay, so right now I want to fully understand your question, right? If I'm being honest, let's be real, right? Half the time, y'all niggas don't really be giving two rats ass about if a girl is physically attractive. That is sufficient for you guys to like want to smash. Let's be realistic.
Are you
She
talking
don't
smash or keep? Because there's a
being a
difference
hoe.
between
First of all, being a hoe, there's no options for keeping. That's
no. I'm
just
talking about the fact that there's a difference between a relationship attraction and sexual attraction.
if you single and juicing, you are not a hoe, babe. Like you single, like you on this road. You know what I mean?
So
Like you
you ain't a
cruising
hoe
like
because
this.
you single? That's what you're trying to say?
Yeah, I don't feel like you're not cheating or anything like that. Like I mean,
No, no,
okay,
no, 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 no. Keep saying it.
I,
Go ahead.
I,
Get the
I
full
retract my
explanation
statement.
out.
No, no,
No,
I
no, no, no,
retract my
no. If you
statement. No,
single
no,
and you
no.
juicing like a
If
mad
you
person,
single and you juicing like a mad person, he didn't say mad, but if you single and you juicing like multiple gals back to back, and any of these gals think in any way that they are serious with you, you want some more shit.
no, because you're talking deception at that point. We're talking about just the simple fact that this is how this person is moving. This person is moving in a way where they're giving up their access to multiple people. And if you're telling me that ain't no whole shit, want me prove it's whole shit?
I feel like I'm not the right girl to talk to about this
I
because like I
know,
don't do
and that's
whole
why
shit.
I'm not asking you any
That's
direct
why I'm trying
questions.
to
I'm
like
asking you about
okay.
women.
I know you're generalizing, and I
Because
hate
you know how
generalizing
women move that's around you, and that's how you know you're separate from them.
because I know my friends is old. I'm not joking though.
Okay, do you stand on a statement or you take that back?
Which one?
The
My friends is
single,
old.
I could juice away, please, I know hope.
If you're single and you're not leading anybody on,
What do
or
you mean leading
nobody
anybody on?
like you're not okay. If you're single and there's no one out there that thinks they're exclusive with you, because you could be single, but you could have your little thing who you know that's your number one,
Okay, hold
and
on,
your
slow down,
number
slow
one
down,
could
slow down, slow
automatically
down, slow
think,
down, slow down. Anyone who is having sex with anyone is going to give off the impression that that person is, for lack of better words, special. So you're not going to conclude that you're not the
"It's not
only one.
true."
What reference would a woman get if a dude walks up to her trying to smash her and he makes it very clear that she's not the only one?
If a guy smashes a girl and he stays and he sleeps with her and stays in bed all night and he calls her and says good morning and they go on dates and stuff like that, they're still single. They're dating, but they're still single. So when
That's
you're
buttering her. That's all it is.
no, that's whole shit, nigga. Because
Because
you're
he
leading me
acted nice
on.
to her. No, 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 no. That's
No, that's not just
you.
acting nice. That's not just acting nice. If you tell her if you're single and you're taking me out on dates on a frequent and we are sexually
No, 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 no.
active,
That's what you said is now. You said the nigga
that's
stayed the
what I
night and
meant.
spent the night and called you the next morning and was being extra nice. That was in the course of
No,
less
but
than
I
48 hours.
mean, I no, I don't mean for you. I talk about like you're a hoe, in my opinion. If you are talking to a girl, you even if you're talking to multiple girls, but you have this one particular girl who thinks that it's more, who thinks that you are like she's the number one. Like
So
she knows
he's
that you're.
responsible for what she thinks?
Yes, by all means. What do you mean, babe?
So then let
This
me
is the
ask this then.
problem.
Let me ask
Men
this.
lead women on so often.
Mother flip. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. I listen.
You guys men lead women on so often where it's like if you know you're just trying to fuck, then just fuck me. Just fuck. Don't give me the extra
Okay,
shit. Don't make me think that I special or important
okay,
by don't take
okay.
me out the rotation for the good morning
No,
text.
no, no,
Like
no,
don't put
no.
me there.
First and foremost, it takes making her think she's important just to get the leg because she wants to be lied to and not treated like the hoe that he's
Not all
seen
the
her to be
time.
in
Like
the
a
way.
lot of
Ain't
guys who
about
got
all the
some
time.
hoes.
The average woman, 90% of the time, wants to be treated like they're special even if they know that they're not. Even the biggest of hoes, you are not going to flat out talk to them like how you are going to treat them based on the fact that you're only smashing and you want them to leave. You're going to have to lie to that woman. That woman wants to feel like she is special in some form of fashion because she knows that she's warranted that just simply because she's a woman. Number two, that overall idea of if you're with somebody and you're smashing them, that you have to make it very clear that you're the only person. That ain't even something that people typically say because most relationships or even
But they
communication don't
should though.
start. That sounds good from a moral standpoint. But the idea is if someone come up to you and somebody, all right, so this is what you're basically saying. If somebody don't ask the question, then by all means, that's your fault for not asking, rather than the person should have had some kind of relationship standard as to why they walked up to you in the first place. So if someone is in a relationship and they walk up to you and they come on to you and you like it and you go home and you sleep with them and the next morning they tell you they're with somebody, you're going to be pissed. Even if they treat you this or whatever, you can feel like, well, why you come up to me if that's the case? He can't tell you that because he will lose access to you. And the front end of the situation is a question I have for you, which is
You shouldn't
now,
be sleeping
are
with
you
another person.
telling me that if a woman is sleeping with a nigga, that then makes her exclusive to that nigga and she cannot go out with any other niggas, this, that, and the third? Is that the case?
No,
So
that's
she
not the
still
case.
has free access to go on other dates with other niggas and have other types of relationships with other dudes who may end up buying her stuff or taking her on dates or even as far as sleeping with them. Is that safe to say that that's how you saying it? Or
Now
she can do what she want?
I'm not just gonna answer this with a yes or no because even
You
what I
answered the
said
fella
about
side with a yes or no.
no, I didn't.
Want me
I
to repeat
did
it?
say when he's leading her on,
Leading her
when he
on is
is
treating her super nice and giving her the good morning and
ex-
all these other
and that's what I'm
things.
talking about. He's giving exclusivity vibes as
No,
if she
you
is the
are
only
taking
one.
it as exclusivity vibes because the same gal who he talking back to, who going on the dates, she's gonna respond to those exclusivity vibes even if she ain't being exclusive. He's saying good morning, how you doing? You want me to bring you breakfast? She can accept all of these gestures because she's accepted from multiple niggas, and that's why it is beyond. They started talking about wonder who feeding me today, who bringing me lunch. Gals just know exactly
What
what
time
they
do you
be
see that
doing.
off?
But you ain't want to see the amount of foolishness is be going on online. So don't even try that. So back to my question, because you ain't about the dodgeball. This is a strong one when it comes to men and how they deal with women. Are you saying that if a woman meets up, connects, sleeps with whatever a guy, and them two have now gone through it, the next day when he start hitting her up and saying, "Hey, good morning, how you doing?" or whatever, is she now warranted to be exclusive to him? That means she shouldn't and cannot be going out with no other niggas or having no other niggas courting her or nothing like that. Is that what you're saying?
No.
So if it's not what you're saying, then what are you saying? Because on the flip side of that
I
coin,
feel like
you
on
said the
both
dude.
ends, here's what I think. I feel like on both ends, if there is a level, if we're in a dating phase, not only should that be effectively communicated, right? That's the first thing. It should be effectively across the board on both ends. If you're single and you're in this dating phase, even if you're sleeping with somebody, the minute you decide to up the ante by doing the extra stuff, and you know what I mean, extra stuff. I'm talking about like the consistency in text messages or the I don't know the extra dates or like whatever that shit. I feel like it should be a certain level of
So if you
communication
think
where
the gal
they
is a hoe, treat her like a hoe. Exactly. You can't, and you don't want that. So stop it. You know you don't mean what you saying. Like you trying to basically say, nigga, if you do not see her for a
how do you
relationship, but
treat
you
a hoe like a hoe? Babe? I feel like
no,
you're
but
saying treat
look
like
at
you know
what
what
you're
I mean,
saying.
like
There's niggas who just
mm,
sleep with gals, right? End up cool with the gal, end up having a dope little friendship with the gal. Whether there's little feelings involved or little jealousy involved, they have a little cool little relationship or whatever the situation is until that either die down or one of them get in a relationship and then sort of separate. What you basically saying is if that nigga sleeps with this gal, forget trying to be cool with this gal because that cool what you talking about is them friendship cool, everything how you doing, let me check on you, make sure you need anything, come if you call me type vibe. You're basically saying don't do that because you know you ain't about to give this gal no relationship. So the minute you put anything down on this gal, treat her like the insignificant gal that you know she is in your head.
you don't have to treat it insignificantly. You know, you can treat it as normal. Don't do the extra
What you
stuff if you
mean
know you have no
normal?
intentions, babe.
Good
If
morning.
you know you, if you know you don't want to be with somebody, don't give them the energy and vibes like you trying to be with them.
All
That's
right.
pretty straightforward. Don't
All
do the
right.
extra stuff, babe, and effectively communicate that shit.
That's a
Because a
tough
lot
one.
of times, you guys, I feel like guys, you guys lead girls on so often to the point where we be thinking it's more than what it is, and then when we get hurt by situations, it's kind of like a oh, well, I told you he was single. Yeah, but nigga, but you was doing all this extra shit though. Don't give exclusivity vibes, mate. I sure you know what it is. I
Oh
know that there are
man.
things
No,
that you will
I
do for a girl that
understand.
you're exclusive with
I
versus a girl
understand.
that you're just trying to fuck.
I understand
Don't
fully
give
what you're saying.
exclusivity vibes to a girl that you're just trying to fuck.
I understand what
That's
you're
all I
saying.
say.
I don't know. There is no balance. I get what you're saying, but there is no balance because you know and I know what it is that a guy has to do to get this woman to the point to want to share herself with him. So just to pretend that you give a damn about how her day was or what she did to work, or did you give a damn about what she drinking because you're gonna go buy her and her friend want to impress her, or you actually want to take this girl to dinner when you know you don't care about what she ate today. It could have been a salt, like a bag of salty. You would have sit there and give her a bag of salty and sit down. You have to do all these things that makes her feel like she's worth it. That's why women will turn around and say, oh, well, you got to take me to dinner and all these other things, because they want to reserve sex to extract attention, resources, and whatever it is that they got to get out of you, and so that you don't think she's a hoe. So you have to play this balance game of I can pretend while you pretend, and then we can meet in the middle.
Can I say something? I think what you're really missing from me saying is I want guys to get out of the thought process of wanting to just fuck girls, babe.
Why would they get out of the thought process of wanting to do
Why
that?
not, babe? Why
Why would they do
not? What
that?
you guys don't understand is like when you get into that mode of like just wanting to be sexually active with like girls in general, multiple girls, whatever,
Okay,
it's always gonna have that door open of a girl thinking that it's more than what it's not.
I can break
If
that
you're
down for
not
you.
interested in the girl, if you're not interested in the girl or whatever, like you guys are just so like pumped up on your hormones where it's like they just always
That
sex,
sounds
sex,
fun.
sex, sex,
That
sex.
sounds fun. That sounds fun. That sounds fun. Let me break it down for you as soon as you finish.
I finish.
Okay, one. The average guy don't have sexual access. They don't. The average woman, by the time that she's 18, she could have all the sexual rendezvous and whatever it is that she please and try. And in most cases, being realistic, they having it before. So most women have sexual access from a very long time. In retrospect to men, you have to go figure out how to earn whatever it is to qualify you for these gals, because most gals looking at the nigga and say, up, you're too short, up, you don't make enough money, up, you don't this, up, you don't that. So the average dude ain't making no damn bunch of gals come after them or whatever the situation is. So men do not have an abundance of sexual access. So a woman who have sexual access from she is a young child, just based on her beauty alone, how is she then gonna tell somebody how they supposed to act? That's like you who may have access to certain things or whatever, right? A nice house, water running, all this other stuff. And then somebody come inside your house who don't have no running water, or who don't always have cooked food. And they all in your fridge and they all in the bathroom drinking or the sink. And you like, calm down, what you doing? What's wrong with you? Why don't control yourself? How you can tell that person control themselves when they don't even have access to this on a regular basis? The minute you give them access to it, they take in all they could get, because they do not get it on a regular basis. So what you doing is measuring men on a woman's metric. You know how much access you got to men. That's why you look at, that's like if somebody's rich, right? And KFC have a deal where they saying they selling every piece of chicken for 50 cents. You got money. You think you're gonna go rush to KFC to go buy 50-cent chicken? No. But watch how that line go wrap around the building. Because people who do not have access to that chicken on a regular basis go in there with $70. They buying all the people chicken all the way the hell out. So telling a nigga who do not have sexual access, and that is why most men accept whatever they could get, because they can't get it when they want it. So to tell a man, hey, you should not just want it.
So
You want me to tell you who fault that is? The flip side of that is stop telling women going on dates with niggas they ain't attracted to or sexually attracted to.
stop telling women.
Tell women to not go on dates with men they're not sexually attracted to.
And
Going
it's
on
a
date
free
for
meal.
exactly,
Possibly.
exactly,
I'm joking, I'm
exactly,
joking.
exactly, exactly, exactly. A woman will take a man's resources, right? Because this is what men and women are attracted to. A man is usually attracted to a woman's beauty or fertility and all the other things that come with submissiveness and whatever. And a woman is attracted to a man's ability to provide provision, strength, all that kind of
Security.
stuff, which is basically most of the times in the form of finances. So she will take his finances and provisions and whatever every chance she get, because in most cases she can't do it for herself in a lot of cases, because on average most men make more than women on average, and that's because of
That's a really
no, it's
good.
not, because men go into
I
higher
really
jobs
wanna.
and
I
men go
really
more
wanna
into
touch
STEM.
on that real quick.
Don't do it right now though, because you don't do it now while I gassed up. Let's go to the
Next week.
that's next week. Next week.
Next week. Next week. Okay.
That's exactly next week. So you got
That
some
was one
people,
of my topics tonight.
yeah, so but let's keep the conversation fluffy. Listen, if you all ain't share the link yet, man, we done had some spiciness, man. We done had some back and forth with some men and some women vibes, man. I'm seeing the conversation for y'all. Y'all know what to do, man. Take your step children and put them to sleep. Get on the line.
Send them to bed.
Send them to bed. Nice to be what kind of comments I can try to put everybody comments on the thing because we had a long conversation just now and then ended up dragging out a little bit. But we do got another topic. I think we have another topic I want to sort of throw out there real quick. I mean, this one right here. A 50-50 relationships a scam. Jeez, Lord.
Now,
Jeez.
before we jump into this topic, right? Let me just tell you in what ways I think it's a scam. Just real quick, right?
When you scam, I mean that's a
I'll tell
harsh
you.
word. It's a harsh word.
Let
Go
me
ahead.
tell you. Let me give you a context, and then you tell me if you think it's a scam in this situation, right? You're a woman, right? And you're dating a guy who says, "Come and move in with me," right? I love you. I like you. Whatever, whatever. I want you to move in with me, right? Now, the expectations of this guy from his woman is, let's split the bills, the rent, the mortgage, whatever, 50-50, the light, whatever. The expectations now are then she's going to cook, that she's going to more or less keep the house clean.
Let me write these down while you're saying that. I think I need to remember these. Cook, clean. Go ahead.
She's also going to service him sexually when he wants it.
Sexually.
Let's just say that's it. So they're splitting bills. They're splitting the bills. He has decided to move her in. We're in a relationship, and he says, let's just do things 50-50. But the expectations of him, and most males are, that they want to come home from work after working all day, and the house is clean, there's food on the table. If a nigga's horny, she getting down to the dirty, whatever. Does that seem in any way like a scam? And it's more like a question for the ladies, but I guess to you as well. I mean, that doesn't seem
they ain't got a chance to have it.
scamish.
I mean, it seems scamish if you're looking at it from that standpoint. And most conversations like these, right? And sorry for the people who having to deal with this right now. You're gonna get a little bit of context on it now, right? Here's why it seems scamish. Take you out of it. Most women do not, in this day and age, we like to call the modern women, do not value what it is that a man brings to a relationship, period. Because all they said is he bring is his money. Now what else? Right? So when you say cook clean, he's still your security. He's still your level of insurance. He's still your protector. He's still the one got to do all the heavy lifting. I'm pretty sure if you all go to dinner, he can still end up having to pay for that too. The odds and ends, that's probably what it is. You was talking about direct bills as it relates to two people maybe making a decent amount of income, and it just make logical sense to pool your money together. That's what that sounds like. The bigger end of that is the fact that there's still things he brings to the table that ain't gonna be qualified to be a part of that conversation. I tell most people, if someone is willing to die for you, what do you put on that table that's gonna match that? That's number one. Number two, he's still your level of insurance. Anything that has to do with any kind of heavy lifting or things that's considered manly, he still gotta do it. So I get the big picture of, if the two of us gotta work and the two of us gotta pool in for the bills, why do I still have to clean or cook or deal with the kids or whatever the situation may or may not be? We still ain't factoring small things like what type of job each other have. So let's just say you as a teacher or whatever your job is, and that deals with a lot of, for lack of a better word, mental stress rather than physical. Let's just say the nigga work in construction, or the dude does some kind of heavy lifting, or he work at some warehouse or whatever it is. There's two different types of tired these people coming home with. So there's a lot of context that also needs to be added to these situations as to what does and does not make sense. So I get what you're saying as it relates to, well, I still got to cook, clean, and deal with the kids and this, that, and the third. But there's still a whole lot of things that's being left out of the situation that have to do with the guy. Even down to, let's just say we going on a vacation. That probably won't be split 50-50. It's going to be a matter of, okay, well, that guy probably got to cover that. The bills, I get that. But the overall idea, I don't necessarily see that being a thing. I mean, somebody could enlighten me. This one, so you rather a building built by men or by women?
What's that mean?
I ain't touching that one. I leave that one alone. That one sound like I got sexist written all over it. I ain't touching that one.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, you could just a car bill back,
What
go
was you
roll
trying
in
to
bed.
say?
Yeah, I ain't touching that one. But I have heard a lot of women who speak to that idea of not thinking that certain things are fair because of the whole idea of 50-50 and stuff like that. And then you got a lot of men who just have a disdain for women nowadays. So they really walk around being like, hey, you can pay 50-50 because this and the next, or, because they just feel bothered by women getting over on men on a consistent basis and stuff like that. So I've heard that a lot. But usually that comes out of the mouth of dudes who sort of, for lack of better words, have some form of disdain. But if it makes sense to pool your money together because two people got a legit job, then why not? Like, if you're not going to be 50-50 and you're saying, I'm not putting in this amount of money because I have to deal with the house, then what exactly are you doing with your money?
Here's what I think it is, right? When you get into a relationship with somebody and the thought of 50-50 comes up or whatever, right? If you guys are splitting bills because it's more cost effective or realistically it's easier, I more than understand that. But the same way, it's like, okay, if I live in by myself and I spend, let's say, $800 a month on my rent. When I move in with you, your rent is still $800. Now I spend in $400, but then I gotta cook, I gotta clean, like all of that time, all that energy and effort. I just think it should be like leveled out where nigga you could cook, nigga you clean up after yourself. Like if we want a 50-50 it, don't just let it be 50-50 financially with the bills and
So
stuff.
you could go change
Chip
your own.
in.
You could go change your own tire. Do that.
First and foremost, we just
You.
let you know right quick.
I ain't talking
The
about
other
you.
day,
I ain't
the
talking
other
about you.
day,
You know what?
my mechanic
Talking
asked
about
me, he
you.
say, hey, you know where to put the transmission fluid in? And I was like, yeah, bitch.
Because
Like,
someone taught you. But if your man there with you and he don't be the one who insists on being that guy to do that, you're gonna
but
question
that's
him.
my thing. That's my thing though. Like a lot of guys out there, I kid you not. Can we agree on this that a lot of guys out there don't necessarily clean up after themselves? I didn't even mention kids. Let's not even talk about. Let's not
Okay,
even talk about watching over
LaBelle,
kids and taking care of the kids.
I want to respond to this, but I want to respond where we could have a conversation about it. LaBelle, do you want to come on real quick so that you could share your opinions on what you just said? Because I would love to respond to this because women love this idea of we the
Come
women
on,
from
Lavelle,
back in the
please.
we ain't the women from back in the day. I need to respond to this correctly. That way we can
We're
have
not.
a conversation. So LaBelle, let me know if you want to come on so we can send you the link so that you could jump on
So
real
she
quick.
went
Just let
off.
us know.
She didn't went off.
No. She probably just let me know if you want
No,
to
she
jump on.
said,
We got another maybe 20 minutes of the show, so
give or
we got a
take.
couple
Yeah.
more conversations or whatever to have. But yeah, you all are in the middle of midnight mischief. This is where the conversations goes wherever the hell we want it to go. So make
There
sure
you
that you're
go.
sharing the link, liking everything you're supposed to, and follow Manda Panda on social media. Don't put in the lay because you ain't gonna find it. Don't put the lay. Don't just put the Manda Panda.
Don't put lay.
Don't put the lay. Just put the Manda Panda, and then you all know where to find me at Epic for Reels. And that one name over. So. LaBelle, she said,
Bye.
go ahead, bang. All right,
She
then.
said,
So,
go? Okay,
yeah, she
perfect.
said, go ahead. Check inside the chat right now, LaBelle. So, before you click it, it's going to ask you about your audio and video or whatever. Just click allow. I've ready you on a computer or your phone. And once it does and you end up in the back, I can add you on the stream. So, here's the link in the chat right now. So we could have this conversation because this is a tough one, and I'm preferencing people now to apologize for the fact this conversation got a little bit more serious than mischievous. But there's some people that may or may not be looking at this part of the conversation and saying to themselves, you know what?
They in this situations right now.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. What I'm telling you is, right, Manda, in today's day and age, right? And being a man, it even sounds and feels funny because you're so wired to want to make sure women are okay. Nobody gives a damn about a man's not only opinion, but
We ain't
his
talking
feelings.
about that.
I'm saying it to tell you why. They don't give a damn about it. So when I'm telling you, when people start talking about 50-50 and, oh, I want a man who this and the next or whatever, that 50-50 is not a matter of when it's like when somebody say, okay, well, I ain't your maid, I ain't back in the day, I work just as hard, this and the next, or whatever the situation is, right? Even though she say she worked just as hard, the harder she work and the more money she make, the more she scrutinize the men that have that she's available to.
That's not I don't agree with that. And I have to admit, I don't feel like that's the norm.
Man,
Like
the
how we
women,
like to no, we like to generalize situations. Like you like to say like
I'll ask
whereas
you.
in more along those lines. I honestly feel like there are, I kid you not, especially now in 2022, there are more women out there in the work field making more money than men right
Exactly.
now.
Now watch this. Do those women date down, or do they date across and up?
Fuck, we don't have a choice because y'all niggas, half of y'all niggas ain't shit, so we gotta date straight across.
For
Because
you
half
to
y'all
make
niggas ain't
that,
up.
and you walked on the landmine. For you to generalize men as not shit,
I
you
run on the
prove
line,
my
man.
point. That's my point right there. You are
No, my
literally
whole thing,
proving my
no.
point. For
Regardless
you,
of that, right?
you
Like I
can't
said,
skip that no matter.
I'm
Out
not
the
gonna
gate.
skip it. Just to
Hold on.
answer your question, just answer your
LaBelle is
question.
here. Do you want to give your comment, or you want to bring her in before you give it? You say,
LaBelle, come on, man.
bang, she
Come,
in. There you
link
go.
up.
Shout out to LaBelle. I don't know what BBL do to you, but it's nice and dark
LaBelle
in
was
that
gonna.
room. What you
I just
doing?
gonna say.
She having a moment, eh? What's going on here?
Hey guys,
Son,
okay, I'm not in the Bahamas.
Bang.
I'm
okay.
actually in Fort Lauderdale and I'm in bed.
Period.
Nah,
Okay.
you good. I mean, just once let's make sure it's you. If you could show your face, if you don't, then that's fine too. But it just feels a little weird. We looking at
I
Michael
want to see what color
Blackson.
Right
cotton cap you
now
up
my
on.
legs are off. I'm right here.
Nah, you good. No
Praying.
trip, no tripping. Okay, so
Good question.
elaborate on your point, LaBelle. Let's see if we could have a conversation about it.
Okay. This is my thing. When I said women these days are not the modern day females, this is what I mean. Um Women work, I would say, just as hard as men. Because nowadays you have this thing going on what they call equal rights, equal
Mm-hmm.
this. So when I work, well, my job field, I work two jobs. I have a man, but I work two jobs. I go to work, come from work, do what I gotta do, and then go back to work. And he works one job. Okay. The modern day females, back in the day, females, they were housewives. So you can't expect a female in this day and age to be home to cook and clean, take care of the kids. Everything
Nope.
about the house is all on them when they're
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
working two jobs
Now, quick
and you're
Mm-hmm.
question.
working one job. So
Do you
why
want me
can't
to be
you
able
keep
to
it?
elaborate? Do you want me to interject at any point, or you want me to let you get everything out before I respond?
You could go
Let him.
ahead.
Okay, so when you say something like, well, first of all, do you care about me asking questions that have to do with your personal life to get context, or you want to sort of keep that out of it?
No, that's fine.
Okay, one, do you have kids?
Yeah, I have a child.
Is the child the guy who you're with's child?
No.
So that right there is a reference to the idea of why you're working hard as a mother, because you got to provide in different ways, and you have two jobs because of the fact that you want to make sure that you're financially stable. The reason I
Not
asked those
really.
questions, so
Because my child's father takes care of her.
I get that, but
Financially,
that's
she's
fine.
good.
That's fine. But could you then tell us why you have two jobs?
I work two jobs because I want to. I've always worked two jobs.
That's fine.
I've
So,
always worked two jobs. Even before I had a man, I've always wanted to be able to, take care of myself. I've always wanted,
Mm-hmm.
like, even when me and him was dating, it's some days I'm just like, babe, get ready. We finna go on a date, whatever. If I got the bill, I got the bill. Sometimes he'd be mad about it and he'd be like, why you paid the bill? That's just me. Like,
Yeah.
I want to show you I could do for you what you could do for me. That's why I be telling dudes, if you come in, like, if you trying to get with me, don't just come with money. Because the money part, I
Because you
got
got
that.
that. Yeah.
You get what I'm
Multiple sources
saying?
of income. That's multiple sources of income. That's a big
okay.
Right.
thing. And a lot of mature, serious women know what it is to want to be able to provide for themselves. And if I want
Right.
to take my nigga out, like I could be able to afford to do that too.
Right.
That's standard.
Okay, so here's what I'm saying on the overall idea of what it is you reference, right? When someone says, okay, well, I work, right, and I have to do this and I have to do that and all these other stuff that you're I guess referencing to say, well, we ain't the women back in the day. We don't do the they were
Stay at
housewives
home.
and all
Yeah.
this other stuff or whatever the situation may or
I'm
may
not
not
going to
be.
say we don't do it, but don't expect me to take care 100% of the
Hmm.
household if me and you are both working. When
Okay,
I
And
when
it's
I refer to the modern day women, back in the day women, I'm not referring to, oh, I can't get up this Sunday and make my man a Sunday meal. That's not what I'm saying.
no,
What I'm
no,
saying
I
is
get a good
this.
idea of what you're meaning. And
What
when
I'm
you
saying
reference
is
modern day
this.
women, that would be the women of today, just to keep the reference a little bit clear. When people reference modern day women, they're talking about like the modern day, which would be today.
I mean, the today, not the back in the, I'm talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
the back in the day women.
Okay.
When I'm saying we can't be the back in the day women, we can't be like the how we can't do all these things that, let's say my mother, for instance. My mother, She was married, she had kids, and she was like she had the opportunity, what I would say the lifestyle, to just be home and take care of the kids. My dad worked two jobs, and all she did was take care of us. You get what I'm saying? So now, if my dad goes to work and he comes home and there's nothing cooked and the house is not taken care of, this is not taken care of, the laundry is not done, this is not done. Now he has all rights to be upset because she's home doing nothing.
Right.
Now, if I'm with a dude and I'm working, let's say I was in working two jobs. Let's say I'm working one job. He's working one job. He gets off at 5 and I gets off at 9 p.m. Why he can't come home and make sure that the house is straight
Cook a little something, some little spaghetti
and
or
cook a
Okay,
little
something.
so
something before I get
okay,
home?
No
okay.
noodles.
Before I even go any further, we Swifts decided to click the link and jump on. So the homie is getting in the building right now. But just before he gets on there, let me see if I can speak to that idea that you said just now. Right. So what we basically saying is wherever somebody fits in, they should fit in because of the fact that whatever it is that you good at or not good at, you should still pick up the slack from either side. So even though a woman may have the responsibility of dealing with the house or whatever it is, even though he may or may not does it predominantly, when he comes home or he has a chance to do it, he should take on those roles. Is that what y'all saying?
Yes.
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 Okay. Now here's the problem that I have, right? While I
It should
agree,
not be a problem.
exactly, and there should also not be a problem with the things that he has to take on that he cannot share the load with. There's certain things that comes with being a man that he cannot share with you. He cannot say, babe, I checked downstairs with the noise outside 3 times. This is your time to go check it. No, he cannot because that's his role as a man. Everything that is associated with being a man is associated with being a man. Tell
Can you
me
give me
some
another example? Because that
tell
was
me
not a good.
something.
I'm
All
Not a
right.
going.
good example.
Tell me, all right, if the tire flat and we on side of the road and I done did it a couple of times
Don't
and I
say that.
decided
I'll give you
to
another
no, no,
example.
no. I'm
Because
talking
girls
about
changing tires too.
the two of y'all are together. And he tells you he done changed it the last 3 times. You jump out this time and change it. He will not get the benefit of the doubt with that. That's number one.
Exactly.
Number two, if we talking about back in the day, there was rules that protected women from certain things and certain harm as it relates to them being in long relationships with men, aka alimony, divorce, and all sorts of other things. Now there's modern day women that get to live their lives in a completely different fashion, but those very same rules and laws are still in place that protect women from things that they do not need to be protected from anymore because they make their own money, and in a lot of cases women claim they make more money in consistency than men, which is not true, but in a lot of cases they do. So I could show you the census where women still make at least was 15, 16, or 17% less than men. I mean, use the U.S. Census, so it's a fact. I think women make like on average either 20 or 30 something thousand a year, and men make about 30 something to 40 something thousand. So it's a fact. So what I'm saying is, tell me something, right? To be fair, and LaBelle, I guess like you could answer first, and then I guess Swifts could jump on. Tell me something that over time was associated with being a man's role that in a relationship he can hand off to a woman and not be scrutinized for it.
Don't let him power you up now, about.
I don't know about that.
I'll ask it again to make sure it's clear. Give it time to think and all. Tell me something, because there's certain things we associate with being a woman's role. Tell me something that we associate with being a man's role that he can take and hand off to a woman and say, by all means, you're responsible for doing that, and not get scrutinized for it.
You mean he would not get scrutinized for it?
It's fair that he's giving her that duty. Tell me one thing: fighting, defending the family, running out the building first, women and children off the boat.
Can it be bills?
But then those things
No,
that you're
no.
calling out is like, it's not like a female wouldn't do it. It's just that when a man is with a woman, he just like it's.
LaBelle,
I feel like
LaBelle, if a man
That
runs out, if a
natural,
man
that
runs,
natural
That's
it's
pull,
the
natural
like
no,
instinct.
it is
Like
her
That's the
it
same
is her
I
difference.
be out.
expectation.
Listen. I be
no.
out. Let's say me and my boyfriend is out and we walking. Right. He has this thing where he feels like I shouldn't walk on the side of the road, and he should be
Put
the
you on
one
the
on the side of the
inside.
road.
Yes.
So I
Okay.
be out and I want to be on the side of the road. I'm just walking like I'm looking
Okay,
around.
that's a simplicity though. Let's talk
That,
about
but
somebody coming to harm you and
that
he
is
gets
like a
behind
Yeah,
you.
man instinct.
I get that
that's
because we're
something
wired
basic.
to protect you. Tell me a
Right.
situation. Wait, let's say he gets behind you and there's actual harm coming you guys' way, would you stay with him?
Why would I not?
You're gonna
I
stay with him and he put you in the front line of the harm?
Huh?
You mean if something's coming and then he runs behind
Bullet,
me?
car, dogs, house on fire and the kids inside. He tell you go get them instead of him. Anything that have to do with actual harm in the
Well,
front of
I
you
can't really
guys'
say
way,
because
and he
that's
get
what
behind
happens
you.
if he won't let it
Someone
happen.
come to get
That's
me.
just a natural male
No, but
instinct.
That's what
LaBelle,
I'm
I'm
saying.
not.
I feel like men have this, like men are
They
not,
have a
men
natural
are,
instinct.
they're
Yeah.
natural protectors.
Y'all
The same
killing
way
me.
women are natural nurturers. You're not gonna go and take a baby and pick it up and say, "Oh, let me just feed the baby or whatever."
Right.
That's not a
Right.
natural thing for
There's
you.
things
So
that'll
what
So
you?
be
I can't
nurtured,
expect you to naturally do
and
that. But like
So
as a
you
male,
can
like
just
the
pass it on
natural,
because it's
even
natural.
if
right?
it's natural, if he do not do it, that would still be him just deciding to not do something natural. But on your side, you
Exactly.
will scrutinize him for it. That's like saying a woman's natural job is to be a nurturer and all this other stuff. But if she decides to say, well, I don't want to be the one who's always home dealing with the baby, I'll get a nanny, I'm a
And that's the
working
Well,
woman,
a
problem.
man
would she be
You
never,
will
scrutinized
fight
for it?
me.
never, even if
Yes,
he
you
wanted
will.
to help with the
So,
kid, he never naturally nurtured the
no, I'm
kids.
not saying he naturally nurtures. What
Uh,
I'm saying is any role that you have or have had as a woman or that they've placed on women over the years, you can take it and you can shelve it because you can be anything you want to be and nobody can say anything. It can be weight, it can be looks, it can be working force. Women shame other women who want to be home with kids and say these women are against other women. They have a movement out trying to shame women who just want to be housewives, who just want to raise their kids and be in a family and whatever. They shame those women because they don't fit into the power structure that women are wanting to hold in the front of men and say that we are not going to be home doing for you what we've done in the past. That is a complete fact. They have a movement
Being
shaming
a
women for
housewife,
it.
that's a choice. I mean, I
It
have
is a
nothing
choice.
against it. If somebody
It
wants to
is a
be a
choice.
housewife, that's on them. That's a choice.
I get that part of it, but what I'm
it's a
saying is the
choice.
overall idea of what it was that we was referencing when you made the point of today's woman works and today's woman has a lot on their table and a lot of women nowadays work just as hard and all these other things, right? A woman can stop right now in the middle of a relationship with a man and say she just want to take some time off. She just wants to go ahead and go back to school or
Mm.
she wants to pursue something and he has to facilitate that idea unless he's not a man. He cannot take time off from his supposed duties as a provider. He cannot. He will be labeled less than. He will be looked at as living off of that woman.
But let me
Why are you
ask you a
making it
question.
seem so?
So to you, you feel like it is not a man's, like, let's say you're in a relationship and I'm talking about 50-50 here. I'm not only talking about bills. I'm talking about everything, effort, um the household, everything. So you feel like if a man is in a relationship, then he should not share the duty of the household part. You
No, what
that
I'm saying is, however that intricate relationship works, that's how that intricate relationship works. So I can't put a blanket statement, but if we can generalize it just for the sake of the conversation, then the idea of whatever it is that that woman is good at, that's the areas she should stay in. Whenever she needs help in those areas, she should ask that man for help in those areas. If it's cleaning, if it's whatever, because it might be a big house, it may be a stress. Her time and everything may be tangled up with her work or whatever, even if it's strenuous or not. So if she needs help, you reach out and say you need help and this and the next. The only reason I'm debating this conversation is because when women speak from this angle of here's what it is that men are not helping with or all these other things and I work so hard or whatever, they always seem to leave out what it is that the man is contributing to the situation and just act as though, okay, well, look at what you got me doing. And because
well,
I make
a
money,
man
you're
don't
not going to
he
make me do anything other than what it is that I want to do.
a man is not gonna jump in front of a bullet for me every day. But however, every day the house is gonna be
That's
dirty
fine then.
and it's gonna need to be clean.
Okay, so then let me ask you a simple question. Would you then take the role of if it so happens there's a bullet coming, you have to take it and he cleaned the house for the rest of the time you guys are together? But if something happens to have to harm somebody, you got to take the harm. Would you take that deal?
he got a gun, I got a gun. So if he
No,
can
no, no,
jump,
no, no, no. You
if
said you switch
somebody
it. No, no,
come
no.
in,
You're switching the narrative. You're
if
changing
he
the
can
narrative.
jump,
Nope,
I mean,
nope,
you
nope.
kind
You're
of changed the
changing.
narrative too, though, Epic.
She asked the question. How could I change the narrative? She said that
You
this is
changed the
the
narrative to saying, would
mother.
she take the bullet though?
No, 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 Manda, here's what happened. Let me break it all the way down. She's basically saying that ain't nobody harming them on a regular basis, but she has to clean on a regular basis, so her job is consistently more annoying or problematic. That's what she's saying.
I think let's all be realistic. And let's just say, right, hypothetically speaking, if it's me and you in a situation, right, and we out, and a girl comes to you and she's being hostile with you, there's no reason for you to step in to fight this guy because I got that. That's
right,
straight.
right.
Let's
Let's
be
start all
realistic,
the way
babe.
over. First and foremost, you are somebody that's been way more active as it relates to somebody who can defend themselves. The average woman does not carry or possess the
The average
physicality that
woman
you
is a
do.
savage. The
The
average woman
average,
is a
so you
savage.
saying the average woman can physically defend themselves then?
Most gals mouthy as fuck and would
That's
step
mouth.
in
That's
to
mouth.
fight any
That's
gals,
mouth.
to
That's
fight any
mouth.
gal.
They're
No.
they're silly
Listen,
enough to put themselves in
hold
harm's
on.
way. You
Not
telling me the
just
average gal
mouth.
can fight?
I'm talking about a female to female. What I'm saying is female to female. I'm not talking about a nigga. I'm talking about if a gal come to my nigga, I'm pretty sure if a gal come to my nigga, he don't have to worry about nothing. That's a done deal. And I know for a fact that there are more gals out there that will step in situations when their nigga is facing off with a female. With
First
a
of
female.
all right, that's a weird dynamic, given the fact of the matter,
No.
right? That's number one. Number two, a gal walking up to a nigga, right? Let's just say you on a second, third, or fourth date, and a gal walk up to a nigga and just slap him. Most gals ain't getting in that because they ain't got the details. That's number one. Number two, most average gal ain't no fighter. That's number one. They are not physically
What?
able to protect themselves. They will get in a fight, but they are not no fighters. The average gal cannot physically protect herself. That is not the truth.
Girls
Plain
be
and
hostile
simple.
as
Hostile
girls be so
hostile emotionally, hostile verbally, but when you get to the physicality, you are not. Send me a video. Send me the last set of fight videos
I
you
don't
saw
know.
with a gal who look like they could fight.
world star hip hop. Listen to me. Y'all stay fighting. All I say
Manda.
is even in Nassau, like look at the amount
Manda.
of fights and such any club events that go down here in Nassau. I don't know if everyone else here would know.
You're
But
talking about
any
a bunch of
events and
unruly
fights,
gals.
and that's the thing. Majority of gals out there are unruly. Let's not take away from the fact that
What is this
that is
in
the
what
vast
is this in
majority.
reference to?
What do you mean?
You're saying these gals can defend themselves, so they don't need a man to defend them. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm talking about female to female interaction. I'm not talking about a female and a nigga fighting.
But
I'm
why are
talking
we
about if
talking
my
about female to
guy.
female?
I'm talking about if my guy is in a situation where a female is, what for whatever reason, aggressively approaching him. You don't have to worry about nothing.
He have to worry about everything because he can't even
He says
respond.
not.
He cannot hit her. If you don't step in, he has to take whatever she does to him.
Okay, let's full circle this question right back around, right? And in all honesty,
You're taking
so
the
are
heat
you
off
saying?
of her. No one
Are you
answered my
saying
question
that?
yet.
Ask the question one more time before I finalize.
No. You could ask yours, but I'm just referencing. No one answered my question yet. And Swifts, you could jump in with any point you have in a second. But nobody answered my question yet on the fact of the matter. Because her point was she cleaning every day, and it ain't like ain't nobody shooting or running no car into them. Have to stand on a certain side
That's
of the
the
road on a
reality,
regular.
though.
So then, would you take that deal of letting the nigga clean every day? And if there's anything that have to do with any kind of harm,
I
it's
would
your
not take
duty.
the deal of letting him clean every day because
Of
I don't want to
course they
clean
would
every
never
day.
take that
No,
deal.
that's
They would
not the
never take that
question.
deal.
You pick
We're
one.
talking about
Either
sharing the work, babe.
no,
You,
that
you're
Sharing the
reconstructing
work.
the that's what we're talking about. We talking about guys that want to. You with 50-50 bills, you guys with 50-50 bills, but you were not
Amanda,
50-50
Amanda,
house
let me
chores. You were
prove to you
not
that's not it.
50-50 taking care of a child.
Let me prove to you that's not it. LaBelle, when you reference the idea of the
Y'all
fact
making me have
that
to
you
pee right now.
when you said LaBelle that you cleaning every day and it's not like he have to protect you every day, was that not to put a level of importance or consistency on the cleaning compared to the protection?
No,
So what was it for?
Oh.
I was just saying. I was just looking at the reality of it. Okay,
What
I
is the reality
understand.
of it?
The reality of it is okay. When was the last time he had to really, let's say,
Get physical with
get
anybody.
physical with
Okay.
any
We
situation or
ain't talking
whatever?
about the consistency of it. You
We
measured it.
we are though.
So then, why would you not take on the role since you don't have to do it all the time? Why don't you take the physical role of having to take that on if it happens? Since it don't happen that much and you have such a problem cleaning, why don't you take that on?
Why would you
I
not take on the role of sharing the work or the household work 50-50?
Yeah, if I don't have to
wait, I
take,
don't like
if I don't have to
like
be
how you
security all
word
day,
it.
yeah.
There's no problem to clean. There's no problem. What I'm saying is, if I work, let's say I work a 12-hour shift, right? And my man works an 8-hour shift. Now, when I get home from being on my feet for 12 hours and my man gets home before me, if something is on the floor, you telling me he shouldn't just pick it up and say, okay, I shouldn't leave it there until she gets home from work to pick it up.
I would
That's where I'm
say
getting at.
I would say he should pick it up because that's just helping you out. That's just two
Yeah,
people
that's just
working
helping.
together.
That's all you're referring
That's
to.
all I'm
I get
Just
that.
saying.
helping.
Okay, and then all I'm saying is let's just say the oil needs to be let out of the car and he's the one working the long
Well,
hours.
he
Do
don't
you
do the
start it?
oil in reality. I'm very
I
realistic.
can
I take
I
my
can
car
give
to
you
the
something.
dealership and get it
Oil
done.
is once every 6 months
Y'all
or
keep
3 months.
moving the
Oh,
goal.
I have
Every
a
time I
situation.
mention, doing something, right? Let's just say it's once every 6 months. That one time he do need you to do it. You still ain't gonna want to do it, and you still
But
ain't
he
gonna
don't
do
do
it.
it.
You're not gonna
Half
do
y'all,
it.
half
You're
y'all
not
niggas don't do
going
that
to
shit
do it.
anyway. Half the
Oh,
niggas,
no.
half y'all niggas don't do that shit. Y'all
And
send it to
He
you
half
to
of
don't
the
get
do
it.
it.
gals ain't cooking and
The
cleaning because they don't
Yeah,
want to
the
either.
tire
So
get
stop
exactly.
it.
big. If I catch a
Half.
flat tire, I'm calling roadside assistant.
Period.
So that
Okay?
sound like you don't respect your man.
Roadside
No,
How?
it doesn't.
I'm
If
asking for
if your first
instructions.
reaction is I call in roadside assistance and you have a man,
Roadside
he
assistance
should be the
like
one. He should be the one to tell you. He should be the one to say, "Hey,
I'm
call roadside
taking the
assistance because they're
workload
closer."
off
okay,
of him. I don't
No,
think he
that is
want
okay,
me to
not the
take
okay.
the
case.
That's
No,
a
workload
way.
no,
off
nope,
him.
not
That's a
even.
way
If
of saying
something
that nigga ain't shit, bro.
exactly,
That's a way of
they're
saying that.
literally finding any excuse to discredit men. Every time I
We're
put a
not.
Hey,
scenario out there, it's you don't always have to defend nobody, or
you
you
don't
don't
want to
always
do
have
it?
to
Fuck
change
Because
the
it.
you
oil, or
don't.
you
That's
don't
Because
even
something
you
always
you
have
don't.
to,
do.
and you don't always have to clean,
Because no,
And
no,
guess
that's not true
and
though.
and you don't
Factually
always
though.
have to clean.
guess who
Factually
the most
though.
roadside assistance? A man.
Another man.
Guess who the
But
most
my thing
roadside
is
assistance? A
no.
But
In
man.
he
all
be
honesty
being
though.
paid to do it.
We can
In
try to
all
wrap it.
honesty
No.
though.
Go ahead, Manda.
In all honesty though. Factually, like literally factually, all caps FACTSTUALY. Like you don't the things that you're referring to. Like none of those things are things that you have to do daily. You're saying like
Okay.
cleaning is literally a daily thing. Nurturing and
Okay.
taking care of kids is a daily thing.
Okay.
And do you know? I saw this thing recently where being a full time mom is a is literally a 9 to 5 shift. Way
You're right.
it's a full time job. So like when I have imagine having work.
Such troubles.
I have to split the bills with my
You're right.
husband,
That's what's
boyfriend.
up.
Screw you being sarcastic, you dick.
I'm not being
You have to
sarcastic. Is you're
split, you
you're
have to split the
overqualifying
bills.
everything a woman does, and when I say anything a man does, I'm gonna get
No,
extreme
but
pushback. So go ahead.
it's just showing you that you know what a
No, it's
lot of
not.
times as females what we do is unacknowledged and unappreciated.
We don't have a choice but to acknowledge it. It is said to us every day, and if
No,
you don't acknowledge it, you're screwed. If a man does not live up to his end of the deal, he is screwed. You have no
even if
deal
it's
to live up
acknowledged,
to.
it's not appreciated though. It's not appreciated to the point
No,
where
see,
most men step in and help.
all right, okay. Most men. So then basically most men are trash. So then they just leave lesbians then.
No,
So women,
I
y'all
don't think most.
find yourself some gals because niggas ain't shit. Y'all,
I had gals A plus.
Well,
I mean, I am into gals or
nope.
whatever, but I just
Oh
don't
boy.
Nope. The most
whatever.
violent group in the world as it relates to relationships is female
Lesbian.
couples. So don't even play this game with me. They're one of the worst couples, period. So
well,
y'all can play this game all y'all want. I love playing with statistics. So y'all can say niggas ain't shit to make a point. But the fact of the matter is y'all would not take on the deal as it relates to half of the things men have to deal with when it relates to childbearing, marriage, relationships, protection,
What do you deal
security,
with
any of the above.
childbearing?
Oh my
Childbearing.
god. Oh my god.
right,
Okay.
right.
So
Wait.
it's okay.
Oh,
Y'all
okay.
serious right now?
Oh
Y'all
boy.
serious right now? I'm
Oh
Are you
talking
boy.
saying that?
parenting. I'm
Are you
talking
saying that
parenting.
your experience with childbearing is far worse than the female
No, what
experience?
I'm
Because that's
saying
what you
is
was
no.
talking
What I'm
about.
saying is I could have a child,
If
and
you try to put a baby out a small asshole,
no, you try having somebody keep your child from you just because they want to be spiteful.
that's
Facts.
different though, yeah?
That's way
Facts.
worse.
Nah, that's
I ain't talking
different.
about the
That's
pain of
different.
Facts.
childbearing. I ain't talking about
Yeah.
the pain of pushing it out. I'm talking about you raising a child. Imagine raising a child that ain't yours.
Boom. Boy,
You
oh
only want to
boy.
play this game. Imagine getting a divorce and you ain't the first preference, even though you qualify more than her.
First of all, I
Boy,
love
oh
games,
boy, oh
so I willing to play
boy.
this game. Let me just say that right
Hey,
now.
We can. This could be.
like,
Or we can play this weird game. Let's imagine having everything took for you
We
and she
just don't
brought
have
nothing.
time tonight.
hey,
Exactly. So we got to get back to the topic. Yo, let's see if we can spread this out. First of all, most Swift, I can give you a chance to
boy.
speak in just a second. Appreciate you
Yes.
so much, LaBelle, for jumping on. But we want the conversation to stay a little bit static because we're done all over the place right now. But this is Midnight Mischief where anything goes. You never know where the conversation is going to go. So shout out to y'all watching now. And if you're watching this after Monday night,
But
appreciate y'all for actually clicking the button and pressing play and
There
sharing
was
it,
a but.
whoever it
I want
is.
to hear the
I'm gonna
but.
just say this.
Hmm.
Everything that you just call with the childbearing, the divorces, the this, the that, it's vice versa, really.
Is it? So men and
It's
women are
vice
treated
versa.
fairly in the court system as it relates to parenting?
What is it?
Men and women are treated fairly in the court system as it relates to parenting?
Hold on, before you bring up the court system, LaBelle, finish your thought first, because the court system is going to
Yeah,
throw us for a whole loop.
No, no, no. What I'm
yeah.
saying is you have to deal with things based on what the law is going to do. That's like if
No,
I
I
say if you
know.
could that's like if I say if you could hit me, I could hit you. That's reality. We're two human beings with physicality. But what's going to come as the result of that is what we're going to speak to. So if she's saying it's vice versa, then I'm asking her if she's trying to say that
Wait,
parenting is treated vice versa.
let her say what she means when she said vice versa.
You know what she means. You're trying to defend
I
an idea
don't.
before it. Have fun. How
I
about it? How about it?
I
Go ahead.
don't.
Let's
Go
I
ahead. Go
don't know
ahead.
what she
Go ahead.
means.
This is why I say the
let's just see
conversation
what
is biased.
happens.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
Let's
ahead.
just see
I
what
don't
happens.
When
really.
it
Brother.
comes to
Let us see what
parenting,
happens.
if is men and women treated the same in the court system, I would say no,
Absolutely not. Yeah.
because absolutely not.
Oh, Amanda had it. Oh,
I'm
Amanda,
not
you
gonna
knew
say
it.
it
Shut
is
up.
because,
Go
like,
ahead,
most
Lamel.
often when you are in the courthouse, you will see like the judges tend to lean more on the female side.
Hmm.
That
So then go to another point then. That's one point that men are mistreated and it's not 50-50. So then let's go to this idea of
We
marriage.
agree.
Is a man treated fairly as it relates to when it's leaving a marriage or a marriage not working out?
sometimes it does.
You know it don't. Stop the sometimes. Let's
It
talk in
does.
averages. We
Sometimes
we
it does.
speaking in generalities. Stop it,
It
LaBelle. We speaking
depends.
it. We
It
speak.
does
It
It
ain't
does.
depend.
It
depend
depends
on
on the
Think
nothing.
about,
We
situation because every
talking.
situation is different.
Okay,
think
that's like the
about,
same example.
think
Okay,
about,
LaBelle, go ahead, Swiss.
think about how hard it is for a man to get custody of his kids in the court system. A woman don't have
Do
to
we know
really do much.
why? Do we understand why
Well, the
though?
reason
Yes,
why
we
is
are.
because
Watch
people
this.
usually look
Watch
at
this.
women as the nurturers.
Which means that
Right.
you get a preference before it's even
You get
qualified. You
that
Right, but it's not
automatically
preference
get the
always
first.
though.
preference.
Y'all get preference first. Y'all get
So then you
preference
making it
first.
you proving our argument. If you're gonna get preferential treatment just because you name woman, that means we're being treated at a disadvantage.
Not really,
Exactly.
because I was with a man that had custody of me,
Yeah, and
and
I
you know
was with
what?
somebody who was born with one arm. That don't
And you
mean
know
humans are
what?
born with
I
one
don't.
arm.
I'm not even against that because I was with a man that won custody before I even have a child. I had a child
Does an exception make a rule?
before I even had a child. I was with a man that had a child that
Does
I took care of,
does an exception make a rule
right?
though?
That I took care of, that didn't even care about having the kid. And he just took the kid from the mother out of
You're
spite.
right. You're right. That's one
So,
instance. Does an exception make a rule?
no, it doesn't. But
So then your one-off example doesn't prove the point. It
at the
just
end
makes
of
the
the day,
conversation
at the
harder
end
to
of the,
have.
well, it's vice versa though.
How? If you're telling me that it's vice versa, that's basically saying that they're
It
treated basically
depends
on
on the
par.
situation.
On average, which one gets treated at a disadvantage?
And I already told you, the
Not for the
females
second one.
usually,
This is the marriage one we talking about, not the parenting.
well, when it comes to marriage, I don't know because I don't really follow
So you
through with
don't know
that.
men get railroaded every time they get divorced. Then you're really gonna say you don't know that men have to
If
pay
you
I
don't,
feel
if
like
alimony
you,
and
it
half.
depends
the
on the
men, the
situation.
men is
Oh
sketched
my
the better
God.
side of it.
It
The
depends
men
on
is
the
sketched the better
situation.
side.
LaBelle, you know doggone well. You've heard Dr. Dre get railroaded in his marriage and he had a prenup. You've seen multiple people
Um,
recently in celebrity status getting
It
tear up.
depends on the
You've seen
situation because
Jeff
we don't know what the
Bezos.
backstory
Jeff
is.
Bezos just you can always say you don't know what the
the
backstory is if
men,
it's a man who's getting hurt. If it's a woman, you're gonna say that dude ain't
I
shit
would
or
have
this
still
dude.
said I don't know what the backstory is.
the
I
men
mean,
will always be the ones
you
getting hit
could
up.
preference it in whatever way will benefit the idea of not necessarily addressing it directly. And like I say, I don't
Yeah,
want to stress this out too much. I want to ask
whatever the
one more.
backstory.
Yeah, we gotta have a conversation on this all the way together just to try to make this make some form of sense or whatever. But I want to ask one more question since we got a few people on while Manda changed her undershirt or whatever it is she doing. I don't know what's happening over here while she got a camera off. But I got one more question I want to throw out there. This conversation right here, like I say, needs to be a whole topic in itself. But I don't want the time to sort of run out too long or whatever, right? Let me ask this question right here. And this is for ladies, so I guess guys can answer it too. If you have a situation where a guy sleeps with a girl, right? And you could vice versa, depending on who's answering it. A guy sleeps with a girl, right? And it was a one-off. It's like a you like me, I like you. We feel each other, we smash, right? And that's what happened. And he decided to give the gal phone number to one of his boys because his boys see the girl or whatever the situation is, right? And his boy start hitting you up like, hey, what's going on or whatever the situation is. And she'd be like, who this? And he'd be like, well, it's such and such who was with such and such or whatever. And you know you was feeling this dude because you either seen him around or you had enough interactions with him to be like, yo, I know exactly who this is. I actually like this dude more than I like the one who I smashed or whatever the situation is. Do you continue the course of events because you like this dude, or do you let your pride get in the way and say, well, I'm mad because this dude passed me on?
I can answer from the guy's side.
Go ahead.
From the guy's side, I feel like I can still go ahead. I ain't gonna lie.
You could take the extra piece of bread. See this?
What I'll go ahead. I can be real because
To be expected.
You know,
Okay.
not even to be expected. I have a reason for that. Because if you said as a one off, right? And yeah, you feel this person dying a one off. Dying a one off at all.
I think is an easier question for men because men, like I say, don't necessarily always have access to those kinds of things. They have to sort of work
we don't
for
have
it.
access to
So
that,
it's
so
easy.
dying
So
a one
it's,
off.
yeah, you can accept more of it. So this more or less from Manda and Labelle.
Yeah.
Would you turn it down knowing you like this dude, or you really feeling this dude, or he's your type and the whole nine, or you gonna play it through?
I mean, me personally, if I was to, I guess, give it up to somebody,
I have to answer
I don't-
personally. Also, give me.
I
the
don't want to
should she.
answer person. I don't even want to answer personally because like
Say should she? Yeah, say should she. Don't put yourself
I'm a
in it.
type or whatever.
Yeah, say should she.
So should she still entertain it? I think if you already like the guy and you feeling the guy and he's expressing interest, by all means, I guess like stick with that guy. You know what I mean? Even if you smash his friend, he obviously knows that you smashed his friend. So if he's still expressing some, if the interest is serious or whatever,
But before it gets serious, though, no, you don't know if it's serious. You
because
trying to figure.
you thinking. I think it's kind of tough because you're thinking now, like because his friend passed you, I was kind of like he probably thinking like she could be easy and my friend and smash.
She is easy. See this?
Why is she easy? Because she gave it up on the first.
No, you called her easy because she gave it. See, this is what I'm saying. And y'all like to move the goalpost so much. Why is she easy? You called her easy. You said because she give it up easy. You called her easy. This the subconscious bias.
What was the question? I'm lost. What was the question?
If one dude smash a girl and he hand the number off to his homeboy and he start hitting up the homegirl and she realized who it is and he said that basically he handed the number off to his boy, but the girl actually likes the nigga who the dude handed the number off to.
She's physically attracted to him.
She like him more.
Or she may have been around him when the
Yeah.
first dude was there, so she gets his vibe. She know how he talks, she know how he move, that kind of deal, and she feeling him. Do you continue with the process, or do you shut it down because of pride?
I'm gonna continue with it.
Yeah.
Even though you smashed the homie?
I mean, at the end of the day, if we smash,
Give up.
nothing happened, then that's what it is. But if he's feeling me and I'm feeling him, that's behind me. I'm moving on.
One time is a one time, bro. You keep going.
It just
you keep
did.
moving
I
along.
mean, I touched it. Manda, what you saying? Nah, because you
No,
start
I'm
laughing.
saying like
I'm
I laugh.
behind me. It happened. It happened. Fuck it. Whatever. Like what if me and this person end up hitting it off and it really works out? So I'm about to lose that opportunity because of some asshole that wanted to smash and then pass me on.
Well, why you asshole and you all two wanted to mutually smash?
Because he passed you
Well, the
off.
reason that he passed you on, that already made
It
him
was
an
a-
asshole.
They say one man's
Trash
one
is
time,
another man's
Another
treasure.
man's treasure.
and
Y'all
something like
heard the
that.
context? The context was the two of them wanted to smash. They smashed. It was a one-off, and the dude decided to give his boy the number.
But if we smash, why don't you just leave it at that?
He left it at that, but his boy wanted to communicate with you.
Okay, don't entertain it like, yo, bro, she good, like
So
whatever,
you
like say something.
So in
But
one
you wanted to
instance,
pass me off.
it might be a good idea because you might hit it off. But if he gives the dude the access to possibly hit it off
If
with
he
you, he
give
wrong
it,
for that.
if no, he didn't have to give it. But then if he did give it and it works out, then
So
it
he
worked
wrong either
out.
way then.
Either
So
way,
that
he's
that's
wrong.
that
But
was kind of
if it
clear, man.
works out, it works out.
I don't know.
I
I kind
feel
of think
like
like
she
if
ain't
I
even
see
give
you
this girl
both,
no right.
if I meet you both or whatever, and let's just say the one that I'm more interested, I may like you both. I may physically be attracted to you both, and let's just say you was more upfront and you stepped up, and I was interested in you or whatever. Yeah, cool. We smashed or whatever. The second guy that I was more physically attracted to or whatever, if
Uh-huh.
he steps up, I already smashed you. Like if you decide to pass the number off, then by all means, like I don't see no single. I don't see no reason to like
Yeah,
not still engaged. Like I did already like you anyway. You just didn't step up that night. Like if you had stepped up, then fuck the first
I
nigga. I would have come to you first. Like
I
you was my
could
first preference. It's just that the first guy that I grind, like he was alright. Like he
I
wasn't
could have
ugly
liked
or
him. My thing
yeah.
is, I could have liked him, but the
I
fact
just
that
liked
he
you
passed
more.
me
Now
on,
Swifts, I want to
Yeah.
point something out to you, right, Swifts?
Oh,
Here's the part that's funny, right? It's like it's so easy to always just package men as dumbasses, right? And here's the funny
Because you
thing.
guys are, babe.
That ain't no problem. But what I'm saying is this.
oh,
If someone is gonna say there's two men in a room and she like one and not the next, you can sleep with the one you don't like because you're saying the other one was too soft to
No.
come get you.
I
you
never said that I didn't
understand?
like the first one though.
You said you like the second one more, so why didn't you say, "Hey, yeah,
But I
try to
still
get
like
with
the
the
first one though. I still like the first one.
So
Still
why
like
you
the
saying
first one.
he
You
ain't
like the
step up?
second one too. So you
No,
just
what
Why
I'm
didn't you
saying,
just tell
okay,
the dude you might be my type, but I'm actually
that's
attracted to your
powerful.
friend?
That is
I could be
powerful.
attracted to you both though.
But you
Yes,
said that
I
he
may be
was
attracted to your
more.
friend more,
So
but
why not voice that?
what's the point? I'm attracted to you right now. You what Nicki Minaj say? Worry about yourself, don't worry about nobody else. I be joking.
The man probably wasn't ready yet. The man
Man,
probably
there's
wasn't
a
seeing
whole
things come
mood.
through.
I'm kidding,
There's
I'm kidding.
Yo, we've been on here for a hot minute now, and this
What
Oh,
is
time
the
is
disclaimers?
actually
This is not
flying.
a reflection of the persons that are speaking. This is just a
Indeed. You
generalized.
already know we already generalized it. Yo, shout out to everybody that tuned into this crazy conversation that we had now for the past going on about 2 hours. I need y'all to know that Monday nights we are definitely going to be having mischievous conversations the
Every Monday.
entire night. It's going to be some Mondays where we a little bit extra, and then some Mondays where we a little bit more than extra. Sometimes it can be hot sauce, sometimes it can be sweet and sour. You never know what you're going to expect over here. And we got some conversations for next week that y'all are not going to want to miss. You're not gonna want to miss. I got one question I was been holding on to. When is it safe to say you owe that dude the boom boom? Don't answer. Don't answer. Don't answer. We saving it. We saving it. We saving it. I got some questions for y'all, right? I got some questions for y'all. So this is what I want y'all to do. Every Monday night, make sure y'all set your clocks, y'all whatever y'all need to set it. This conversation, like I said, I apologize y'all at the time that it was getting serious because it was about men and women, and y'all know how that go when men and women start to talk. You start being biased, you start bouncing all over the fence, and then the women hold you accountable for everything and won't hold themselves accountable for nothing. But that's neither here nor there, right? the
That didn't
idea
happen
is
tonight.
that Monday nights y'all need to be here with Epic for Reals and my favorite person, Manda Panda. She is going to let y'all know how the thing go. You dig? And make sure y'all here nice and early this time so y'all don't miss none of the craziness so y'all can actually communicate on time. You dig? Every Monday night at 11:59. We are going to be on time. And if we're not, shut up and wait. You dig? We got some questions for y'all next week, and we have some people we want to actually shout out and celebrate as it relates to business related things. So if you have a brand, if you have a business, if you have a company, if you have anything that represents anything, send it to us. And I will give you all something that y'all need to go ahead and link up to immediately. Ever So Sweet is our sponsor for tonight. If you ever have any kind of little hankerings or kinkerings for something sweet, go ahead and hit them up on Instagram. Do that now, actually. Put Ever So Sweet inside your Instagram or your Facebook. Go over there and just check it out. I promise you can be hungry in a matter of minutes. And then you go ahead and tell them Epic send you, they can take 40 cents off your bill. You dig? Just 40 cents though. Just that's about as far as that goes. I'm not about to pay your bill. Just go ahead and handle that. And like I say, make sure you are here on time. And if you need to reach out, that's exactly how that one go right there. Hey, get all these things off the screen because it's about that time we get up on audio. Shout out to Swifts for jumping on. Shout out to
Lizelle. Lizelle, you were amazing.
Thank you. Good night, guys. I gotta be up in 3 hours for work.
Hey, you're gonna have to do this. You have to do the same thing next. You have to do the same thing next Monday because we have to finish these conversations next Monday, LaBelle. So appreciate you so much for jumping on. And
my lights was already off. I was already.
I'll be here waiting.
Indeed, Swiss. Indeed.
Alrighty.
Y'all dig what's going on. So y'all, good night, everybody. And indeed, once I end the live, I'm gonna have a short convo in the background. But so by the time you get up on out of here, let me go ahead and throw the flyer on the screen so y'all can know where to find all of the LA good stuff. And I will see you guys on the fly. Eh? You know, we gotta pour one last glass of wine before we slip over the end now. You know how that go. Catch some of this in your face, man. Some Manda and some Epic in a glass, boy. Yeah. Put some of that in the glass, yeah.
In the glass, man.
Put it in the glass, yeah. Mandel, you just reached. You're late.
Make it bad.
Famous never on time.
Bang.